There we go. Hello, folks. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. I'm glad they held that pose for like 10 fucking seconds. I already cussed. We're off to a good start. We're having a day. Um, welcome into Writer's Block. Happy Thursday. Glad to have you here. This is the show where we build worlds with friends. I'm not saying worlds with words anymore because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Welcome in, everybody. If you don't know how this show goes, I'd be surprised. But if you don't, this is an improv show where each of us sit down with three words. Some of us have our words prepared, some of us don't. It kind of mixes up week to week. I actually have all of my words prepared this week. I'm blown away. But
Nice. Extra words if people need to borrow words.
extra words. I had somebody sit down with
Keener.
40 words.
Oh my god.
I won't say any names, Art, but they were a lovely guest, and they sat down with 40 words. So, welcome in, folks. So, I think we'll just get right into introductions. If you guys want to talk about yourselves, let's start with Amber.
Oh my god.
Put
I'm
you Johnny
always
on the
caught
spot.
off guard by it.
Talk about yourself.
No. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber on Twitter. You can find me and everything I do at thespacejamber.cool. That's my portfolio, my website, everything. Basically, I call myself the TTRPG Swiss Army knife because I do everything. I edit, I write, I guess I world build now. I stream. What the fuck don't I do? I just do a lot of shit, and I have a lot of talents. Please pay me to do stuff. Red, I've been playing in Hellboars with Red for the past like 2 months, and it's been a fucking delight. So I'm just honored that you would want me in your space like
No,
this.
of
So
course.
thank you
Glad
so much.
I'm so
I'm
happy to
really
have you.
thrilled. Ah,
I'll
yeah.
channel some of that Vince energy. So as soon as somebody tells me to put a hat on, the glasses are going on. You know what happens when Red puts his glasses on.
Well,
Do we
I
roll for
will
initiative?
Yes.
I'm unfamiliar with this, sadly.
I will do my best to be Amber and not Mercia, who is a total asshole. So
This is fucking great. Well, on that note, Kev, would you like to introduce yourself, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I am KevBot_MTG, both here on Twitch and on Twitter. I am a Magic the Gathering streamer as well as a Magical Girl content creator for 5e. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be here.
Hell yeah, man! I'm happy to have you back on because I played last week. I played Magic with Kev. I mean we tried to play Magic with Kev, but Wizards of the Coast has some of the worst programming. We did good. We did okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We figured
You
it
folks
out.
did great.
Unforgivable. Yeah, Magic the Gathering Arena. Get your shit together. Yeah, but on that, thanks, Kev. Thanks for joining us, man. We're gonna have to do more Magic the Gathering streams together for sure.
Absolutely.
Hopefully when they fix their game. Or if you feel like playing something from '95, we can play Magic Online. Uh, Nobody wants to play Magic Online. On that note, Omni, introduce yourself for us. Omnilicious.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am the last Omnitech, your favorite robot American, and I am a little bit like the Space Jamber, a bit of a TTRPG multi-tool myself. I do a lot of art, writing, world building, and working on my legacy tabletop role-playing game for now it's 16 years in a row, and I am steadily working towards progress on that long-term, slow burn campaign. I also am on this show with Red from its inception. In season 1, we made Aeus, and we also made the Aeus Caltrop Core, which I'm currently refining a little region within, and planning on running a campaign on my own channel pretty soon. Other than that, you can catch me every Wednesday and Saturday, 10:30 a.m. EST on my channel, where I do world building, art, and planning for my own campaign, and eventually the campaign itself, which ostensibly will include. I can't see where I am on the grid here. Hang on. Where would I point in relation to you? Bottom right, bottom left?
Which one? Where are you pointing?
You. Trying to point at you,
Up.
Red.
Just straight up.
Above you.
You. Yes.
It's
this
me.
Clown. I'm with this clown I'm with this clown. So he'll be on my show. We'll see.
I wish I had a fucking clown nose for that segue. Yeah, I'm Red, one of the 3 primary colors. I host this show, and you know me. Smart ass on everything that I'm on. Rules lawyer. Put on sunglasses or hat. Well, time to really be a smart ass now. But yeah, in no small part, I have a decent little fingers in this community. Oh, the frickin' ass ketchum hat.
Good.
Pokey, isn't your handle _MTG? Huh?
Listen, I do what I want.
That Pac-Man
big
shit?
move.
What's that Pac-Man shit? Anyway,
Kev is a multi-fandom blog.
Very
Yeah.
true.
okay,
You can't put me in a box.
I
Don't
could.
encourage Wizards to own anything else. They've already owned plenty of properties. We don't need them owning another streamer too.
We lost a
Wow,
Kev.
you made Kev so upset.
He just
that they
left.
left the call.
Kev, come back to me. You messed up the cameras. Bond says, when you are Vaunt, you are hilarious. I'm just really good at channeling my inner asshole. Because, like, I'm such a... It's one of those things where it's like, you're a nice person in real life, so you just gotta, like, take off, you gotta take off the filter and just be a dick for a little... I worked food, okay? I have the full rights to just take it out on people. So, because I couldn't for
fair.
years.
I feel that.
But,
I was a call center worker for 2 years.
fuck that.
And I still work as a cashier. I hate everything. So,
Well, Kev's wearing his Pac-Man t-shirt, or his hat, rather. So, on that note, we're gonna... Oh, man, I pissed everybody off. We just lost viewers. So, let's get right into the stream. No, I'm kidding, we didn't lose viewers. If we did, I didn't want you anyway. So, we're gonna we're gonna go around the circle with each of our 3 words. Let's start with Amber.
The first word, and this is not one that I pulled from a book or whatever. The first word I chose today was ahedonic.
Ahedonic. Okay, make me sound smart and spell that for me.
A
Uh-huh.
as in H as in height, E as in echo, D as in delta, O as in Oscar, N as in November, I as in India, C as in Charlie.
You definitely were a call center worker. Let's see here. I'm gonna define this for folks at home. I know what this word means, but you at home may not, so I'm gonna define it for you.
Yeah.
The
Would you like me to give a definition?
yes, please.
Yeah,
Just for
it's
the folks
the
at home.
lack
I know what it means.
Yeah, just for the folks at home. Yeah. Because yeah, it means to like lack any sort of pleasure, like any sort, like nothing gives you joy or happiness. You're just kind of flat.
oh,
devoid of
anhedonic.
happiness.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an N?
There's an N there.
Did I
Yeah,
forget? Did I
it's-
miss the N?
Yeah.
Oh,
You good, Chief. I got you. I got you.
okay. Inability to feel pleasure.
Yeah.
Just like me when I do a show with Omni. All right, so we're gonna move. It has begun. Kev, would you mind giving? Actually, no, Amber. What was your inspiration behind that word? Was it me?
I was having a conversation with my husband today, and he had therapy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my therapist said that I've been feeling ahedonism today," and I was like, "That's a great word. Let me write that down for writer's block tonight."
That's awesome. Yeah, that is like a $3 word. I like that word though.
Yeah.
Anhedonic. What a weird fucking word. All right. Well. I mean, that's a good word for world building
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
it's the opposite of hedonism, where it's like too much pleasure,
Yeah.
like too much joy. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I like that word. It's a weird one. I like all the weird words that people come up with. Like, for example, Kev, what's your first word? Is it weird?
I mean, it doesn't measure up to that at all, but
Let's hear
my
it.
first word is fracture.
Fracture.
Ooh.
Fracture. Fractured.
Fracture.
Fracture. Ah, like the one white, one black instant, right?
I mean,
The
you
one that
went there,
destroys
not me,
enchantments,
yeah.
artifacts, and planeswalkers. You know what I'm talking about?
Not me flipping through my magic cards to find inspiration tonight.
Hey, look, that was from Strixhaven. Yeah, Kev and I are gonna. I feel like Kev and I are gonna bounce a lot of Magic the Gathering related stuff off tonight. So be prepared for that, folks. If you don't like Magic, oh well.
You don't know Magic. I just know like the blue deck is the one you shouldn't play against. but it's the one you should play.
Well, I play green white typically, but when I get into my what are the kids calling it these days? Sigma mode. I play blue. So
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say
You are
Kev-
the youngest person here, and you just sounded so old.
well, yeah, I'm ancient.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god, yeah. No, that was serious, like, that was some serious boomer with issues.
I'm wearing a flat cap and aviators. Do you really expect me? I am
The
like a
aviators
young
look
boomer.
Good, though. Aviators look good in any age.
Red ask, what are the kids calling it these days? Yeah, okay, Al. Okay, hold up, pal. All right. So, what was your inspiration behind this word?
Well, I was not gonna lie, I did my homework. But with all the the geodes and whatnot, and I was just thinking like, what if something broke? And that kind of led me to Fracture.
Okay, that's simple and sweet. See, I wasn't even thinking along those lines. You know, like when we're talking like geodes and like minerals and stuff like that, I think of like rock, stone. That's a Deep Rock Galactic plug. I also think of what do they call that when they got like a really nice cut, like a natural cut? Is that called cleavage? I don't know all the rock terms.
Yeah, it is.
I was gonna
Or like a fissure. A fissure is a good one.
Oh,
too.
fissure. Yeah, that's also a good word. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a professional writer.
So am I. Not really though.
I'm a rank amateur, baby.
I wrote a book. I mean, like, okay. I need a cover.
There's also political cleavage too, since you and I were talking about like political words.
Yeah, I was talking about how I was torturing my European audience with words like gerrymandering and pork barreling, which are not euphemisms, surprisingly. So Burnt Coin rated you with a party of 7 viewers. Welcome in, Will. Thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate you.
Buddy.
Did you and Chickadee have fun playing the what's that, Dark Souls 4? That's pissed
Dark Souls, Clean Fantasy Edition. Also known as Elden Ring.
Ledzoso Beans not following. Thank you, Nat. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Angie. Much love. Let me move the
so
thing
nice
up
to see y'all.
front so you can actually see who's following. There we go. Infamous Timo for the follow. All the follows tonight. Thank you very much.
I'm feeling nice.
Password denied 7 followed you.
Wow.
It is time for a raid. And put on a hat. Okay. Amber, you didn't need to do that. Thank you. 5 community subs.
On my bills. I'm
Good lord. See, people pay to be on this show. You know, like I don't even have to pay my guests. They pay for themselves.
Much love to you too, Corey.
Well, yeah, thank you all. I appreciate you very, very much. Much love to you. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, ooh, we're getting close to a train, ladies and gentlemen. Can you run a train on me? I think that's what they say.
They do not say that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's a term. But yeah, thank you, folks. I appreciate you. Wait, are we starting a hype train? A hype train has begun. Oh, this is hype. Okay. Now I'm gonna pretend like I'm not as excited as I am because I'm having like a giddy little like bounce in my seat moment. So Omni, what's your first word while I like scream? I'm gonna mute myself so I can scream in excitement. Okay.
Okay. That's an interesting way to approach it. Sure. So I'm gonna go with the word accelerated. I made all 3 words now in the all of 5 minutes it took for me to restart my PC. So, so yes, accelerated. And honestly, I just want to see what we do with that. Like, there's the obvious community / like civilization applications here. This is a culture that seems to like they stumbled across like the Midas touch of technology in a way, or like that perfect killer app kind of tech. But at the same time, it could apply to a lot of things. It can apply to like the military situations around the world, culture, a million other things. It is a renaissance. So accelerated is the word I'm going.
Excellent. I need to thank everybody. Thank you, Amber, for the 5 gift subs yet again. I appreciate you very, very much. Infamous Timo, thank you for the gift sub. Drabs, much love to you, brother. Glad to see you, man. And Will, thank you for the resub, man. I'm glad to have you for 2 months now. Wow, isn't that crazy? That's awesome. Wow. See,
Apparently today's my sub anniversary for you.
woo! Spin that finger. Hell yeah. I need to get like party poppers and like get the police called on me and shit. Like set off fireworks in my room on that'd probably get me banned.
Probably.
I don't think a party popper would. Please call me Timo. Infamous is my maiden name. Got it. Oh, we got a comedian here. I'm the funny guy, okay? Take it easy. So, like I said, folks, thank you for the train. I haven't had a train ran on me in a while.
You're really trying to make this happen. You are really trying to make this happen.
Yeah. Here on Twitch, we like running trains on each other. So...
Don't you speak for me in regards to this random thing you... Anyways.
I didn't make it up. It's true. It's a stretch
running,
now.
Running train does not mean what you think it means.
Well, no, it does. Remember this conversation we had about me being like the most like chaste, like angel?
Yeah, I'm wondering where that went.
Yeah, we all decided it was a lie, pretty much immediately.
Me too.
Okay.
Well, I decided it was a lie, and then you guys joined in. I'm just like, well, I guess I should,
What was your
peer
word,
pressure.
Red? Because you certainly seem to have a bunch of command words tonight.
Banal.
Ooh,
Banal?
that's actually a good one.
Banal? Well, if you get rid of the B, yeah, shit. Well. So, banal or banal, either or, whichever way you want to pronounce it. It is a word that means like average, uninspired, not very creative. It's just plain, regular, boring. Thank you for the bits, Drabs. Much love. I bet every single one of you thought I was going to make a joke about that. I'm not. I'm not a hack and a fraud like Omni. So we're going to move on to our next word. I just thought that...
No, I'm not gonna lash out.
No.
No. You've seen. I assume you're enough of a man of culture to have seen One Punch Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, I'm Saitama, and I'm really trying not to like gently annihilate you.
Well, see, I'm like Gino, so like I'm technically stronger than you, but we've never fought.
Did
so
you
wouldn't
watch
know
the
it.
anime?
Well, yeah, but like, did you watch the second season?
Of course not.
Oh,
I'm poor, and I don't have access to that.
oh, I pirated
Anyway.
it. But yeah, let's go. Banal is a word that I heard it. It was one of those words that I like to see. I have one of those things where I hear a word and I like fixate on it, or like a phrase. I get like those kinds of things stuck in my head. And banal or banal, however you want to pronounce it, that one got stuck in my head, and that is literally the only reasoning behind it. But also beyond that, just like I want to see what's average and boring in this world. Like what would be like run of the mill in this world. But on that note, Amber, what is your second word?
My second word is acquisition.
Ah. Did I spell that correctly on the first try? Let's go.
Fuck yeah. Oh wait, no.
No.
Did I mix the Q and the C? Oh.
Yeah, well no, there's You almost did. You almost got it. I'm proud of you.
Almost got it. That's a difficult word.
Acquisition.
Acquisition. It's not acquisition.
Yeah, acquisition.
How do you do a Q straight into a C with no U anyways? Is that even possible in English language?
Well, it'd have to be a soft C, right? It'd be like, "Quits."
I
Hide your
guess.
shame with a hat. God damn it, Alec.
Absolutely, I will do that. Thank you. I actually have an extra hat here tonight, folks. So I'm prepared. I'm ready to
Four
fucking
hats.
go. Yeah, it's just like everybody just thank you for the level 2 hype train, folks. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. I'm not going to make the joke about trains again, but I do appreciate you getting that tiny secret locomotive going. Right on.
Yes. I can get behind this.
That's a reference to the first episode for those of you that have stuck around that long. If you
That's a
haven't,
callback.
let's make some more callbacks together.
Oh, okay.
Those count for hats. Gonna prep so many tiaras and mini mouse ears for next week. Oh yeah, if it goes on your head, yeah, that's fun. Glasses count as hats too. So yeah, acquisition. What was your thought process on that?
I mean, honestly, I just work in talent acquisition, and it's a fun word, and it trips people up every time, and no inspiration beyond just, I found a fun word that's great to say and spell.
It is a fun word because like acquisition can mean something like I'm gonna go find something and bring it here. It could be something like I'm gonna go find something and bring it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
it
the
can-
whole. It can be forceful. you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, we kind of soften it, like in TA or employer branding spaces, where it's just like, oh my god, you're bringing one person, like someone from like one family to another, and oh my god, but also, I mean, really, the act of acquiring can also just be looting and
Yeah.
ravaging and all of that. So yeah.
You can acquire things by many different means.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Because like acquisition is acquisition itself is a euphemism for like, it can be a euphemism for like steal. Also, for those of you in the audience that don't know, euphemism is a word that is used for something that is supposed to be a nicer sounding word. I know it's like heavily emphasized and just like run a train, haha, that's a euphemism. No, what I'm saying is, acquisition's like a verbal. What's the word? Amber, you're the writer. Fucking help me out here. It's a literary device.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get another pair of glasses? Fuck off! I don't get another pair. This is all you get.
Bifocals for you.
Bifocals.
Hold on.
Here, I'll put on another hat as an apology.
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna turn off one of the diodes in my glasses, and you guys are gonna cycle through that. Depending on how many hats I get, that's gonna turn the intensity, the brightness of my glasses.
I actually have a second flat cap, so I'll just put that on top of my Mario hat. But yeah. So we have acquisition. We have Kev's second word, which is
my second word. Apparently today looks like it's brought to you by the letter A, because my second word is ascend.
Oh, we do have a lot of A words. Okay, I thought you were gonna say brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. I'm like, no.
that's a
no.
Writer's Block brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Are you bored? Do you need to kill like 30 minutes and don't know what the fuck to do? Download Raid Shadow Legends.
We just put a bunch of like open brackets. Are you okay? Do you need help? Consider trying NordVPN if you're having a little bit too much lag on your Wi-Fi network.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm not sponsored, except by the wonderful people that subscribe to me every single month. Thank you very much. Give me more money. So your word was ascend. What was your thought process behind ascend? Were you thinking like ascend like the socio-political ladder? Or were you thinking like ascend to godhood? Like what was your process?
I think what I liked about the word was that it could be applied in a variety of ways, and I tried to come into this thinking like, how open-ended can we get with things? And I think there's a lot of ways things can ascend. So I just want to see what we can come up with.
I feel bad because 2 of my words are B words.
Did you not get the memo?
No, sorry. This is an improv show. Whenever somebody says something, like my instant reaction is to just like I took improv classes. So the thing that you do when you don't know what to do in improv, you just say the word bones. It works every time. Every time. Anyway, Omni, what's your word? It better be bones, or I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Well, you're disappointed. That's not new though. That's pretty much every episode. I am bringing the word archaic because this episode is in fact sponsored by the letter A.
What are we, fucking Sesame Street now? Christ almighty. Okay, well, we're archaic. Let's see.
You are a primary color.
I am.
Damn.
That's true. I'm also the past tense of the form to read.
It's true.
Not in spelling.
No, I just like the idea of this is a world where everything is rapidly developing, where we're moving into this new renaissance. And, we've had how many hundreds of years of war prior? Or war on and off between different powers, upheaval. There's got to be a lot of archaic stuff lying around, whether that be technology, whether it be weapons of war, whether it be cultural things. Let's run with it. See what we got.
Okay. Well, now I feel like I should change one of my words to an A word. Damn, okay. Fuck. No, I'm feel bad.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. Hey, somebody in the audience, give me my next word. Has to start with an A.
Hold on. What about the word A?
Hey.
As a Canadian, we spell that with an E.
I was gonna ask Kev because Kev's the expert here. He would know better than us. Altercation. I actually like the word altercation. Well, we had a bunch. We had ambient, anise. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Aroma.
And a start, a new start.
Maple Dragoon. Thank you for Dragoon. I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow. Much love to you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your viewership.
Adamantine's super good too.
Adamantine is a good one. Anchorage.
Alakazam is pretty good. Like...
Alakazam. Yeah, Alec and Azam are both A words. I like altercation. Aloysius.
Yeah, great.
Altercation, yeah.
Isn't Aloysius a name?
Aloysius is a name.
Aloysius O'Hare. Anyway, sorry, I just made a Lorax reference. Careful, you're singing in the French. That's gonna trigger Kev. I'm just saying. You gotta remember, he's Canadian. You gotta be careful.
I'm actually part French Canadian. I just never speak it.
I'm so sorry. Can you speak French? Like, do you know French?
Like once upon a time, yes, but I've not used it to the point that I've basically lost it. I can understand it fine, but like I will respond in English for the most part.
It's my command of Spanish. I know enough Spanish to say I don't know much Spanish, and my vocabulary sucks. But after that, it's all English, and I'm just dictating in English whatever someone says in Spanish.
Aloysius is a name I like, so we'll use that name at some point. Auxiliary. We're gonna go with
Auxiliary's a good one.
Auxiliary is a really good one. I'm gonna go with altercation because that was the first one I saw and I liked it a lot. That's not to say I won't use one of your words in the future, folks. So altercation. Altercation is like since I came up with this word, my inspiration behind it was I was thinking like altercations, like what sort of conflicts do we have? And the conflicts don't need to be like, oh, there don't need to be a physical altercation. That's the most like, it's probably the most times you've heard the word altercation. It's like always like physical is a prefix to it.
Yeah.
But altercations can be something as simple as like a verbal disagreement, you know? So
Right.
it doesn't always need to be doesn't always need to be physical, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm so glad I came up with that word.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek.
Straight from your brain meat.
Straight from the brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Amber, what's your final word?
So, unfortunately, none of my words start with A anymore.
Can't use them.
Yeah,
Can't use
get
them.
him out of here. This is the
Alright, let
A
me-
episode.
This is, I guess it is, since I'm Amber.
Get out your big book of A's.
My big book of fairy porn.
Yep, I was wondering if you're gonna say it. I wasn't
said
gonna. One of my hats fell. Sorry, I'm gonna put it back
I
on.
fucking said it.
I fucking say
well,
you gotta
actually-
deal with. Austere, antiquarian.
All of the A. Okay, so there are a lot of A words on this page, but they're all names.
You can steal one from the chat. That's legal.
Aaron?
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron.
You done fucked up,
No.
Aaron.
I'm just
Aquarius.
giving myself spoilers. I haven't gotten that far yet. How about? Because now I can't think of any words that start with A. How about abolition?
Abolition?
Yeah.
Oh, I like abolition. That's a really big word. But it's not a big word in like terms of length or like understanding. It's just like it's just a good word. It's like it's an expansive one.
Any word that like ends in that ishin, it just feels so nice to me. Just to say.
Ishin words are always nice.
Yeah, but also, I mean, it especially in world building and especially in like this like it's kind of post-apocalyptic, whatever setting that we're building, like abolition could mean so many different things. Or what are we abolishing? What are we, what's going to be the new status quo after that? Like what? Yeah, the world is. Yeah, I'm so. Sorry, I just got really excited.
No, you're
My brain
good.
shut down.
You're good. The last like 20 fucking chat messages are A words. Thank you, folks. You can stop whenever you want. In fact, that's the great thing about talking. Astute. Thank you for another word, Alec. Much love to you.
Ooh, aviary is a great one.
Aviary's good.
Yeah, or apiary for like a bee. A bee
Oh
farmer.
yeah. Well, see, like when I think of aviary, I think of the bar that invented the cocktail, the paper plane. That is
Ooh.
really weird knowledge. Sorry. Which also uses the alcohol Aperol.
Ooh, I love Aperol.
I'd never see it used in any cocktails, so I like to see more of it though.
And Aperol Spritz is actually very good for the summer.
Aperol Spritz sounds fire.
Yeah, you take Aperol and then like some club soda and like a twist of lemon and like a little bit of like oh my god. I just use Brut because champagne is expensive.
Well, yeah.
But, you know, yeah, and you just like mix it all together and it's such a good summer drink. Anyway, ooh, ameliorate is a great word too.
There's so many great words. Kev, well, either you have an A word or you have a smorgasbord to choose from, so.
You know what? I didn't have an A word. I almost dipped into the Magic the Gathering well and went for affinity.
Oh, I would have fucking hated that, but yeah, I'm listening.
But what oh my goodness, I just had a moment like my brain just went blank. Oh, sorry. The word I'm going with is an A word. I'm going with ambivalence.
Ah, that's also a good word. There's so many good A words.
Do we have to go through and fix fracture in banal?
Yeah, we do.
No,
Yeah, we're legally obligated.
We are already 45 minutes into this. Let's get it going, guys.
Has it really only been 45 minutes? Are you serious?
No, it's been about half an hour since we started.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 45 minutes since my lead asked me this later. So
no, we're good. We'll go back and change those words. We have a bunch to choose from in the chat anyway, so might as well.
Yeah.
This is the A episode. I guess from here we need to do a B episode next. Alec, get ready for that. You too, I know you're in chat. Ambivalence. I'm assuming you don't have an inspiration behind that word and you just picked it because it started with an A and it's a cool word.
Pretty much. Called an
Okay.
audible at the last second, which is also an A word.
We have a good show here, folks. If you like what you're seeing, consider following, maybe even a sub if you get a little extra scratch. It's much appreciated. Omni. What's your third and final?
I was going to choose another word, but I love adamantine so much, it's my third word.
Excellent. I'm glad we're just like, we don't even need to prepare words anymore. It's just might as well. We have enough
Listen.
audience to like just pick our words for us. It's like, fuck it.
Delegation is the key to good leadership.
Delegation is going to be the D word that we use when we get to that episode.
How about these nuts as your next
These
keyword?
nuts.
Maybe don't call it the D episode.
The D. Are you sure? What should I call it
The
instead?
D word.
This is the A team episode. I like the silence. Armistice? I like armistice. That's a good word too.
That's good.
This is a good one.
Double down. I'm afraid that's not an A word. I'm just fucking with you. I know what you mean. Can we do the D episode? Well, yeah, sure. If you want to just like say fuck it to B and C, that's fine.
I don't know that we should let Ina do the D episode.
You sure about that?
I'll have to ask Alec if he's okay with that first. I want the D. Alright, Ina. Calm down. Okay, now somebody's gonna clip that shit and take me out of context. Great. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick first person that says the next A word, that's the next word. Go. Get to work.
Huh?
No, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the chat. Chat better get a shit.
Oh.
Angsty. Excellent.
Angsty.
Angsty is a good word.
Good one.
Okay, now we're gonna go back and
Sorry, I'm
change
trying to figure
fracture.
out how to host you on my Twitch.
Oh no, you're
so
good.
that
I appreciate you.
I'm just trying to be a good Twitch steward.
Steward. Steward's a good S word. I can't wait till we get to the S episode of the end of 2024.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a ways away.
I'm changing these words. I don't care what anybody says. There we go. All A words. Oh, if that doesn't get your endorphins running,
Your endorphins.
your a hat just fell off. I don't know if you saw that, but that's how I feel right now. The A words. What the? Something smells like burning. Is that the burnt coin? No, I'm sorry. That was a weird plug.
Oh, I was like,
I was-
are you having a stroke? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, that was a weird plug. Yeah, it smells like burnt
Is
toast.
that an ambulance? A for ambulance, everybody.
Is it ambulance is spelled with an I? So okay. So Insomnia Squad. Yeah, it is late for you, Clunch. Go to bed. It's okay.
Oh my god, it's almost 4 a.m. Go to bed.
Yeah, go sleep.
We love you, but go to bed.
Anger. Ampule? I like Ampule. Ampule or Ampule? Ampule, probably. I'm just stupid. So we're
I am
gonna
in bed.
we're gonna go through all these words. So if you like, what do you? Are you like listening to this to like fall asleep to? That's like my number one goal is like a content creator. I want people to fall asleep to my content. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
As long as my chat stays active enough where I can still feel like I have someone there, then I don't mind that. That's great.
that's fair.
As long as I'm not like actively putting them to sleep
Right.
with my content.
Not creepy at all, Red. No, it's like shut up, Al. You fucking always taking me out of context. Alright. The reader of the Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy is Arthur Dent. You're absolutely right. Okay, so we're gonna each go around, pick 2 of these words that we like a lot, and then we're gonna world build with them. So,
Okay.
whoever would like to
Alrighty.
start, please. Pick your 2 words.
Amber, go for it.
Okay, good, because I just finished setting up hosting Red on my channel.
Excellent,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I guess. Oh God, I love antiquarian. I just love any word that uses a Q.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for the
let's go.
Q episode, which we will invite you back for.
Yes, we can use words such as questioning or oh God,
Quota.
when can we get let me see if I can get Jeff Goldblum on here for you. I feel like Jeff Goldblum would be really good at this.
Well,
He's just
the word, I hate to say it, but the word queer starts with a Q. I hate to say it. No, I love
yeah,
the word
so
queer.
antiquarian, and then I guess we'll go with. See, I can't choose archaic now because it's like they're synonyms. But altercation also has that same like good sound that I love. Oh, quotidian's a great one. Quality. Oh my god. Yeah, so let's go with altercation and antiquated.
Altercation and antiquarian. Wait, do we have antiquated on this list too? Now I'm getting
Oh,
confused.
yeah, I meant antiquarian.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
I forgot how to
I'd
read
believe you. You literally could have changed that word, and I would have believed you. I just
Oh, a good word for Q is quarrelsome.
quarrel of any kind is a good word.
Quintessential.
Quintessential.
Essential. Quadruplication.
One of my first worlds was called Quintellion,
Quintillion. Ooh.
and there's a character in Magic the Gathering called Quintellion now. So now I look like a hack, which is great. The answer to life, the universe, and everything is wild card. Absolutely. Kev, do you have 2 words that you like?
Yeah. Amber stole one of mine, but that's okay.
Unforgivable, but all right.
We have the same
I'm-
brain cell, so
You're sharing
yeah,
it. You're sharing
exactly.
it. You're passing
We-
it back
exactly.
and forth.
It's. I'm gonna go acquisition,
ooh.
Ooh.
and I think we're gonna go with aristocratic.
Aristocratic. I don't know why I just did like what's the name of that captain from Futurama? He talks like this. Zap
Oh,
Brannigan.
Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
yes.
We're gonna take a word that'll put some hair on your chest. No, I like those 2 words. See, all these words are Zap Brannigan. Yeah, everybody in the chat's ready. I watched
Is he gonna
Futurama.
come back from the revival?
Who?
I think everyone's back now. Right?
Yeah,
Now
they
that Bender's back.
did get John DiMaggio to do it again, so
Okay.
hopefully. Okay, so acquisition and aristocratic. Oh, that hat just smells like a hat. That's what I'm smelling. Okay, Omni, what are the 2 words that you picked?
I'm gonna take adamantine and ascend.
Adamantine
Ooh.
and ascend. Let me put
Oh.
that.
Answering my own question, Billy West, who voices Fry anyway, also voices Zap Brannigan. So.
Yeah, he also voices the red M&M.
Yeah, he does. Holy shit.
I can't do a
Did
good
you know
Fry
that
impression.
specifically because it was the red one?
All right, we've had a great stream, folks. I really appreciate you stopping by. Yeah,
That's a yes. I'm taking that as a yes.
I actually know everybody named Red. I'm just saying. Hands up. I'm guilty. Look at me. He does voice Professor Farnsworth. Okay. So we have Antiquarian, Altercation, Acquisition, Aristocratic, Adamantine, and Ascend. I like Abolition a lot. That's going to be one of mine. For sure. Alright. Abolition and Angsty. Maybe. Yeah. Just like me. I'm such a young boy. I'm an angsty young man. Okay, so those will be the words that we work with. Goodbye the rest of those words. Alright. So here's what we've been doing so far. We have been taking 2 words from these lists, this list, not lists, and we take them, put them together, and try to do a prompt with them. And we've had some good ones. So far, my favorite is still Trash Allies. I'm just saying. So, beat that, please. I implore you. That's a good I word. Write that one down. For January of 2037.
Implore. Or implicate. Ooh.
Guests. Pick your words. Again. Combine 2 of these.
So wait, I pick one of these?
Sure. You can pick one, and then I said Red. I'm talking. I'm talking in the third person too much. Kev can pick one, and you can pick one, and then you can slap them together, and then we can have a prompt.
All right. Let's test that brain cell.
We just pass it back and forth.
Okay. Oh, I almost wish I chose abscond. Okay, alright. Shit. Okay, ooh. Aristocratic.
Aristocratic is your word. Okay.
It's the hat. It's the hat. It's making me...
You do look like an aristocrat. You also look like a gender bent, what's that called? Heisenberg? Everyone's like, I am the one who knocks.
I've only seen 2 seasons of Breaking Bad. I couldn't stomach it after a while.
I heard it's just really gut-wrenchingly sad, so it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
That's
Kev?
about right.
Kev, if that is your real name, what is your choice of word?
It's debatable if that's my real name. I'm gonna go with acquisition.
Aristocratic acquisition. You know what's funny? I was actually thinking about that combination. Aristocratic acquisition. That's a good props. Okay, so I implore. That's a big word. I encourage the 2 of you to run with whatever comes to your mind, because I already have a bunch of thoughts, but you're the guests here, so I want to see what you have to say. Also, folks in the chat, Kev's full name is Kevin Bottom. That's what KevBot stands for. So
You got me.
anyway, I'll let you.
You got me.
I'll let you run with that.
That is the.
I just learned
wow.
that J.K. Simmons is the voice of the yellow M&M, and my mind is blown.
Folks in the chat, we're supposed to be writing. I'm usually the one off topic. This is crazy. We've truly turned the tide.
So, like, my mind's going a couple different places here.
Sure.
This could be someone or a group of people quite literally acquiring aristocracy.
Ooh.
Right.
yeah.
Whether, however the means of that happen, but it could also quite frankly be acquiring something from an aristocrat.
Ooh.
Maybe a heist, if you will.
Oh. Okay.
I kind of like this idea of acquiring aristocracy while acquiring items from the aristocracy. Like, maybe there's like this item or something that like is meant to symbolize. Ooh, hold on. Like, our crew or whatever is, needs to break into like some kind of like social event or some kind of like to do, and they need something on their person to like show that they belong there, that they're a member of the aristocracy or whatever. And so they have to sorry, you know where I'm going with this.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I
It's
see.
10 o'clock here.
It's like when you
I
have
feel you on
like,
that.
it's like when you have, a group of people or whatever. I'm a teacher, so I'm gonna show my bias here. It's like when you have a group of students and you're like, you need to have like a talking stick so that they know like you respect the person with the talking stick because like they have the stick and you don't. So you shut your mouth and you listen.
Back in my day, that was a popcorn ball.
Fair. I just my classroom is chaos, so I don't do that, but I've heard of it.
Kevin's like, in my classroom, I use a two-handed longsword. That way, people know to shut the fuck up.
I mean, whatever works.
Well, I mean, it is technically a stick. It's just a pointy one. See, I should be a teacher. Be a great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you me. Is that the stick you hit people with when they talk in class? Well, that's a question for you, Kev.
No, I
Long stick.
try not to hit my students as much as possible
As much
for
as
a variety of reasons. I like my job.
My 6th grade English teacher would hit us with a wooden coat hanger. I'm not laughing at like the notion of you getting hit. I'm just laughing at the notion of it being a coat hanger. What the
Bro,
fuck?
okay. So I went to elementary school in 1995, and we had, or 96, I'm sorry. There was the teacher across the hall from my kindergarten class kept a fucking wooden paddle and used that on the students, on the kindergartners. It's the fucking
That's
wooden
messed
paddle.
up.
Welcome to South Carolina in 1996. From
Hey.
I think the worst I had was
Jesus.
my grade 7, like my grade 7 teacher kicked a desk at a kid. That was pretty intense.
Oh. Can we tie this back to world building?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
anyway, let's steal shit from the rich
You know,
so that we
yes.
can. Yeah.
Pretend to be them, or maybe actually become them.
Become the rich. Eat the rich. You are what you eat.
You keep what you kill.
True.
I mean, that definitely could fly with the universe we've got going so far. Like, after the big apocalypse that's been going on, or not the apocalypse, but like that giant endless war that's recently come to a stop. Like, I can imagine there's probably some regions that are just so, like, they're so messed up they have to start from scratch. And there's probably new nobility, and that new nobility is just kind of basically people who stole the assets of the nobility and repurposed it.
Right, like literally a status symbol.
Right.
Welcome in,
It's
Joel.
like the way warlords in like the most disrupted parts of the world will just be like, yeah, no, yesterday it was this one guy in charge. Today I'm driving his car, I'm living in his house, and I have guns. So therefore I am the new warlord. And you don't need to know my pedigree. My pedigree is I have, NATO round caseless shells inside my rifle. That's my pedigree. There's probably a lot of disrupted communities like that in the setting, I'd imagine. Though
Yeah.
maybe a little bit more, again, like trying to stick at Noble Bright to a degree. Maybe
Oh.
this is the case of the most of the situations like that are going on right now are situations of the impoverished reaching up to claim the trappings of nobility and attempt to undo their damage, perhaps. Again, hard spin here. That's really hard to justify the establishment of wards under any circumstance.
Well,
Yes.
Noble Bright.
Yeah.
Noble Bright would be sort of like these people that are eating the rich are actually living good lives because of it. So like,
Right. Yeah.
oh, Alec and Ina are going to leave. Can't wait for next week. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys real soon. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you very much.
Love you both.
Somebody asked me, I think it was Clunch. Clunch says, what is the best recipe to make with rich people? Well, if I said that, I'd oust myself as a cannibal, so I'm not going to. But if I must, take their thigh, wrap it in a lotus leaf with some Eastern Asian spices like black garlic, and clay roast it in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour and a half.
And then reveal to them that it's actually their thigh and that they should have been paying more attention when you drug them.
Well, yeah, and serve them some fava beans with a nice shiati. And
Thank you. I'm so glad that everyone caught the hint of that.
Is this your modest proposal here, Red?
Well,
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, it's just an idea, you know. I
mean,
you,
it's
well,
just-
you can't sue me over
People
an
just
idea.
call humans the thinking pork. I mean, like
The thinking pork.
That's all that we are. We're just thinking pork.
We're thinking poor people. Yeah, you can't let them poor people think too much. Got to keep them busy with McDonald's and such. So we have this. Okay, so we have this idea of this society sort of reaching up and like taking what is owed. I feel like in the sort of like drama amidst the sort of turmoil of the war ending, there is probably a lot of like time to grab power. So there's probably a lot of there's probably a lot of dictators and there's probably a lot of more communal communities now. So they're just sort of like, oh, we live in an era where money is still physical. So we can just go into your house and take your shit. And, you know, people are probably sick of being soldiers and stuff like that. So I would imagine that there would be quite a few communities. I'm disappointed that Red doesn't have more hats on. Joel, shut up. I have 4 on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. But yeah, if we like this idea, we can run with it and make a sort of community out of it. Because I feel like that we sort of have a theme of like we have literally turned the we've flipped the economic system. So it's like all the rich people are the poor people now, and the poor people are the rich people.
At least in part, like maybe it's a matter of, you know, a lot of the nobility and such were forced to fight in these wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the traditional way, like, you know, in the past it was a matter of, oh, are you noble? Well, that means you're going to war when it happens. You're the guys who it's all for, so get ready to bear at least part of that burden. And when they came back, they just came back and realized that society had sort of moved on without them. And now it's like, oh, cool, you're that like really old, overgrown estate down the way that when the economy collapsed, it was literally worth nothing, and all the staff left, and it's basically just you're Bruce Wayne in an empty house now, and I hope Alfred's really good at serving you and cleaning like 800 rooms in the ripe age of 85.
Alfred is also an A-word.
Yes.
I see.
Sorry, I had to.
No, that's really who's sponsoring this episode. It's Alfred Pennyworth of Batman.
Yeah.
I see. You're so right. Cassie told me to put another hat on. I am out of hats, but I shall place a frog upon
Here,
my
I'll
head.
give you my DC United hat.
Thank
can
you.
support,
Gross.
our soccer team here.
Pass it to me.
And I
Pass it to me.
disabled my other diode.
I'll take that right here. Okay. I'll wait.
I realize I hated. Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
I feel like Red's playing Jenga with his hats, and I'm very interested to see how this goes.
I'm
Yeah.
fine. I have really good posture. If you
bright
could see
spot,
me,
that's
I have
good.
like a monkey neck right now. It's like a curve like that. It is like an exponential curve. That is what my neck looks like. So, you know what? Being successful, if it means being in pain, that's fine by me. So let's continue on. I think we have an aristocratic acquisition. I think we kind of had that covered. We have an idea, and we can run with that with some more props.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Is that you and me, Omni?
I guess so.
I know what my
you go
word
ahead
is.
and- All right, I'm gonna go with adamantine.
I'm gonna go with abolition.
Okay.
Ooh.
So adamantine, for those of you who are fantasy fans, I hope you understand there's actually a real word attached to that. Adamantine is an archaic way of talking about diamonds. In fact, actually, the Latin word for diamond has the same root as adamantine. That's
Yeah.
what it came up
Yeah.
with.
Oh,
The
really?
Yeah, I thank you, Google, for that knowledge, but it is true. So
I just speak
Oh.
French.
there you
Hon,
go.
hon.
You know, that the Latin languages, you know, the romantic languages all tying back to that old language. So this is an abolition of, you can either describe it as like adamantine is in unbreakable, which is what the word means, or if reading into it as adamantine diamond, it literally is the diamond abolition, which to me translates as the wealth abolition. So that sounds like something that would be attaching to this aristocratic acquisition thing. Maybe this is the means by which, like, I'm thinking of a community in particular. I always draw back to like the little part of the world that I'm building. And so the whole thing that I'm thinking of is the community that I'm building in this setting is a communal situation or a communal structure built around where the government has collapsed and been basically replaced locally by inventors and basically local leaders of the community all working in tandem. And I like the idea of the adamantine abolition being like the tool by which they're like, okay, we need to have some legitimacy to our control and a way of acquiring resources to help the state and the people. This is what we pass, or this is the instrument by which we use to reap resources to keep society afloat, if that makes sense. And I imagine it'll be straight from the wealthy since they're the ones who can bear the burden. My thought. What about you, Red? What do you got?
I wish you could see my eyes looking back and forth right now. Well, when I think abolition, I always think the destruction of something or the removal of something. To abolish something is where is the root, or abolish is the root of abolition. Abolitionist is the term for people that want to abolish something. So I'm thinking, what are they trying to abolish here? With the aristocratic acquisition sort of theme already going, they are literally just abolishing a former or a previous form of government, and they're probably abolishing a lot of different laws and rules, including the ruling class. We're just like, we're abolishing your right to have any say in this government. We are bigger than you. We are stronger than you. We don't need 5 people telling 500,000 people what to do. So there's probably a whole lot of like, we are abolishing this government. We are getting rid of like government buildings and stuff like that. Probably a lot of like destructive sort of like destructive abolition, because like abolition comes, sometimes it comes at the price, not all the time, but it's sort of like we are completely removing this thing, and people take it to an extreme to the extent where it's just like sometimes like we completely remove it from history to the point where we're doomed to repeat it. So I'm curious as to like what they are trying to remove with we'll see. I guess we're sort of talking Omni's group, but like I'd imagine this happened like all over the world all the time.
Right, yeah.
So
like that's interesting, because when you think about that, that makes me think of what happened in with the rise of the Soviet Union after the collapse of the Tsars, and how like if you look at a lot of art history and like the structures, the emergence of what's called brutalism. So anyone who's ever been to like a government building and you see it's just like stark concrete, it's bunker.
Fam, I live in DC.
Everyone would know better than most.
Like faux Romanesque, and the other 50% is brutalist architecture.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's to be imposing. It's most people are just like, oh, it's just ugly and generic because it's government. No, they do that to be imposing.
Yeah, it's an unshakable, unassailable structure. It looks like it can get hit by a bomb, and in fact, it probably can. And
the FBI building is like 3 miles from here, and it is brutalism at its finest. Question mark.
Right. I mean, brutalism is like, it's an interesting thing, and it makes me think of the emergence of brutalism in Russia, where these incredibly gaudy, beautiful, gorgeous structures that were largely made to appease an aristocracy and a czar or czarina, and then you have the Soviet Union come in, and largely almost every institution they built or structure they built, immediate brutalism. Like, if you go and take a look at like images of Pripyat, or like prior to Chernobyl going to Kablooey, it's a great example of like, this is what a civilization under that idealism was, and it was literally every government building is imposing, strong, and anchor. And when you thought about tearing down the old to build the new, that's my first immediate thought of like, this is the thing that was lost. They lost cultural sites and replaced them with structures intentionally designed to be as far from that original culture as possible. So yeah, that was my thoughts.
One of the things that comes to mind, one of the things that comes to mind to me with this idea of like brutalism is that, perhaps the former regime was, a little bit more extravagant, a little bit more showy with their buildings, lots of fine art, lots of, this, that, and the other thing, to really kind of show off that like we're so fancy because we have the power. And then this new wave comes in, and it's just a complete like shift from that, and exactly, we go to that like brutalist sort of, we get rid of all the shiny things, to go with that adamantine.
Right.
That's actually a really good that's a really good way to take something that sounds abstract and make it in the literal sense. Is just sort of like, you guys have those pretty shit, but it's just like we're not gonna glorify what we're doing here at the government, so we're just gonna make everything like concrete and sad. So it's gonna look fine. It'll just be white, gray, and boring
It's vibes. It's vibes.
vibes.
It is.
Love, I guess we love a boring vibe.
You know me. Look at me. I'm so boring looking right now. My neck hurts.
We can always apply to just a part of things. Like, what we tie that back in with the aristocratic acquisition. What if, since it's rob/eat the rich, the people acquiring nobility, whereas the nobility are basically inheriting the plight of the people formerly. What if the idea of the adamantine abolition and the aristocratic acquisition, there are two things happening simultaneously. So the adamantine abolition is the refusal to allow those in positions of power to in any way, shape, or form express extravagant wealth or anything like that. It's a suppression of that kind of culture. It's a forcing you, if you wish to rise in power or command power, you need to surrender wealth or the trappings of it onto the community. And the aristocratic acquisition is the communities as a result flourishing. So instead of having like really fancy government buildings like palaces, things like that, instead now you're seeing the emergence of like Renaissance-esque beautiful wares, and all the art, all the beauty, all the energy is going into community spaces as
Right.
far from the government or the private sector as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, very like I'm thinking, La Vie Boheme from Rent, where it's like the celebration of like the cultural zeitgeist and like everything that actually like makes being working class vibrant and exciting. And I mean, not even like in a like, oh my god, I just love being working class, but like you know what
I love
I
working
say
for the
everybody
man.
literally with a guillotine on their wall, like not, like you know what I'm trying to say. Like
Right.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
You're beautifying a place where everyone can benefit, as
Where-
opposed to
where-
beautifying places where only the wealthiest or most elite could.
beautifying the places that actually create beauty in the community. And
That's
making sure that people are aware of the beauty that's created there. Ooh, hydration check. Thank you, Nathan. I need to get a water.
Nathan,
I'll get one too. Running low.
because everybody knows Red is being incredibly professional, let me check something real quick. Would you like to be on the show this month? Just say yes. I can give you some dates, and those are your choices. Huh?
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Red's recruiting.
Boy, you know me. Okay, Nathan. The 17th, the 24th, or the 31st? Which day are you good for? See,
Crickets.
Folks at home, will this be a persuasion check or an intimidation check? Your call.
I think this is persuasion. You're smiling too much for it to be like true intimidation.
No, it's
Plus, the
intimidation.
Mario hat just really cuts any like bite out of your words.
Mario hat minus.
It's
And that's
a
coming
me.
from Ash Ketchum. So
It's a me, a death threat.
What?
It's a me giving me your money.
Put your money in the bag.
Give me your fucking money.
Where do you think all the coins are coming from?
I'm kind of so. The more I think about this, the more I think about like this city and Kanto. You
I
know,
mean-
where like if you've seen Encanto, you know how like the family Madrigal like had this like great grand palace, and like they're the saviors of the town, and
Yeah.
everybody looks up to them and wants to be them, but it took the destruction of their literal house to to make them realize that like
Get that
the
shit
status symbol isn't everything, that they actually need to be integrated more into the community and like better integrated more into themselves to actually make a difference. And anyway,
No, I watched Encanto. That's a very
no,
enchanting
I think
movie.
I think that fits.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're also- We're talking magical girls. And Kanto has magical girls. I'm just saying. Think about it.
I mean, no, they're definitely magical girls.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah.
There you go. It's the magical girls episode.
With lots of A's.
Lots of A's.
Yeah.
Magical Arl.
Listen,
What it is, it's Sesame Street with Magic Abby and leading the charge. So clearly.
I think, magical girls are very, about seizing power from the well-to-dos, right? Like that's
Holy
a
shit.
staple of the genre, really.
You're right. My favorite magical girl was Vladimir Lenin.
Look, we don't know what Vladimir could transform into, but whatever it was, it got a lot of folks reading his stuff. So just
True.
saying.
Well,
Lenin power makeup.
Oh, I was just thinking,
Magic
like,
is
we don't talk about Trotsky. No, no.
we
See,
don't
my
talk
mind
about
immediately
Stalin.
went to the Monica Magica line of magic is suffering, but actually no, it's magic is capital.
No, friendship
what
is
it is.
magic, and magic is suffering.
Yeah, the MLP approach. I like it. I like
I'm not a brony by any stretch of the imagination. I would rather be called a furry. Nothing wrong with furries. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna up front. Nothing
You're
wrong with
just digging
furries.
it further, man. You could just say that the show was fun.
Hey, you know what?
Oh.
Nothing wrong with scalies either. I'm just, I'm digging
Okay,
I'm digging a hole.
let's cease isolating ourselves from literally the entirety community of Twitter. And
No, you have a couple of fursuits. It's fine. Like everybody knows that. It's okay. So
Swear
anyway,
to God, Red. If you're gonna lie about me, at least lie about something I can do within my pay bracket, please.
I'll come back to you on that. So
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of thought on that one.
I'll have to think about it. Let's see. Got a Lamau in the chat. Where are my unicorns, Red? What unicorns? What unicorn? This is a diesel punk setting. What unicorn? I don't know. Put a hood ornament on a car. I guess that's kind of a unicorn. Oh, Omni. That's an idea. Name one of our car brands Unicorn. And they have like the really prominent like hood ornaments that kill people.
I love that actually.
That sounds
less the last
delightful.
part, but yes.
Well, no. I don't know if you guys know this. In like the 1940s and 50s, when hood ornaments became really popular, they're actually the leading cause of deaths in car accidents. Getting impaled on the hood ornament.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why
I'm not
hood ornaments
surprised
fell
you
off.
Put a spearhead on a car.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about
Yeah.
think about Chrysler. They had that like pointy one. It's just like if you got hit by the
literally
front
just
of
a
that.
giant spike on the
It's-
front of your
yeah.
car.
Yeah, those killed people.
I have no issue believing that.
Also,
Very,
think.
very Mad Max,
Well, but like.
but fancy.
Oh yes, the 1950s were my favorite Mad Max era. No, but like imagine like a car, like a giant steel death house, rolling at like 60 miles an hour, and all of that pressure of all of that weight, all that psi is focused on one point. You're done. You're gone. Like you get hit by that, it'll break your stern. Anyway, I don't want to get into talking about that.
But it looked
yeah,
cool
just-
on the pirate ships.
That's probably the exact same thought.
Yeah.
But here's the
Right,
thing
right.
with pirate ships, right? You don't fucking ram pirate ships into people accidentally, right?
It depends on the pirate.
You're
Depends on the
s-
ship.
You're so right. The Pirate of the Road. I totally forgot. Castlevania fans out there, rejoice. I was really hoping they would actually show the Pirate of the Road, but they never did. Damn it. But okay, so digressing. Jiminy Chrysler. Very good, Bon.
For Kofi goal, I guess we need Omni furry suits. Yes.
We should. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need
Just-
to.
Just give me actual money for God's sake.
Omni doesn't need a new
If I
computer.
have a mortgage, I'll literally freaking kill someone.
Yeah, you don't need a new computer. You don't need a new car. You need a brand new fursuit. I'm just saying.
Clearly.
I'm just,
Clearly. Mm.
can't do that. Why not?
Truly living in a capitalist hellscape. Anyway,
Okay, so let's pick two more of these because we have we only have two more. So we have, what are we missing? Altercation, angsty altercation. Those are perfect. Those go perfect
mean-
together.
I'm also going to put this out there very briefly. Red, I am going to include that as a brand, but also straight up, it's just going to be unicorn because sadly, unicorn in Italian translates to unicorno, and that's just really boring. So
No
and
unicorn.
Latin is basically just as bad. So
Unicorno just sounds like furry porn again. It just all goes back to furries.
literally everything just comes down to I've tried like 8 different languages, and it seems like unicorn is one of those obnoxious words that existed first, or like primitively in English first. So
Right.
every other language just slaps a vowel at the end of it.
Well, unicorn's
and then calls it a day.
that is like basis of Latin, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's
It's also like
no,
it's like from
in
Greek.
Latin, it's unicornus. I really wish I was joking.
Is that sounds like a band?
Sounds
It
like a
does.
shitty Pokemon.
It sounds like
Well,
that sounds
yes.
like a shitty pork. It sounds like a parody band of like Primus.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
My name is Mud. Anyway, we have an angsty altercation to deal with here. How
Well, hold on. Don't we also have antiquated?
many words do we have?
We could ascend something. We got some options.
Oh, you have the word. Yeah.
Wait, angsty
What?
altercation. Wait, how did we end up with 7 words? Wait, whoa. What happened here?
I see 6.
Oh, I see 6,
Yeah,
but
it's
one of
just
them is acquisition is not on the list. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, yeah, we could do angsty antiquarian. That's a or antiquarian
Did you
altercation.
know?
I don't know what happened
Or-
to it. It's just not there
Or
anymore.
antiquarian ascension.
Antiquarian ascension.
Because Ascend is on there. Like somehow we've really. How did we mess this up? How did you mess this up, Red? How did you mess this up?
You're so right. I messed it up. That was all me. That was entirely me that messed this. Shut up. I don't know what happened. I've been like paying attention to writing, and that's about it. Well, we'll let Amber pick because Amber likes antiquarian, so I'll let you combine over with antiquarian.
Yeah. Amber put the 2 words.
What happened to them? I don't know what happened. I swear I didn't do anything. It's one of you. I blame you. Blame the guests. That's the way out.
Odysseus is saying take a hat off.
Oh, thank Christ.
Well, all right. Activating the next slide.
Okay. So antiquarian and what? Because I think of antiquarian from Darkest Dungeon. I'm gonna be completely honest.
From what? Who?
Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, ooh, yeah, ooh.
I need to
Okay.
play that game.
Yeah, an antiquarian. Ooh, okay.
Angsty
alright, an
antiquarian.
antiquarian.
That's actually
We have-
perfect for Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah. Man, I haven't played Darkest Dungeon in a minute. Maybe I'll do that before I go to bed.
I need to play the updated too, but yeah. On the
They can get into an altercation and we go AAA.
angsty antiquarian altercation. God damn it, Kev, you're a genius. I'm glad I had you on.
I have my moments.
All right,
Yeah,
folks, we
you know,
broke the
there-
rules.
You know
There's
what,
3
the
words though.
Antiquarians, I want to say, don't want to go back to like the traditional ways of, you know, where we're embracing like, you know, the aristocracy or whatever. I mean, we're going back to like fucking the antiquarians want to go back to actual societies and flourishing communities and beautiful, like these antiquarians are really, really upset that we've moved so far past like actually giving a shit about our communities that they're feeling angst about it. So I would say they're the ones leading the charge in this uprising, you know, this upheaval,
Mm.
to kind of make things better for the common people and make things better, you know, give, you know, better living conditions for people. Also, I would probably to pull from Darkest Dungeon, they're probably the ones that are going to be the most likely to stab people.
Okay. Well, like
I mean, they're an antiquarian. They probably have some old fancy daggers.
that are rusted.
Exactly.
They'll give you tetanus.
Tetanus, yeah. The tetanus shots don't exist in this universe, do they?
No.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone's getting tetanus.
There you go. There you go. See?
Well, what should we call this organization? Antiquarians.
Antiquarians Anonymous.
Oh, AA. Perfect. I'm glad we have AA.
Alliance?
Antiquarians Alliance, so we call them
Antiquarian
AA.
Alliance.
Maybe we
Yeah.
just call them the Antiquarians. I actually really like that if you're like a name of
Yeah.
a faction.
The
Yeah,
anti-
that's a good name for it.
Gotta emphasize the antiquarians.
So they're like violent, is what you're saying, Amber. Like they're like we want to do things our way, and we'll fucking stab you if you don't like it.
It, yeah, I was like, who had that?
I'm trying to think. What does this organization want exactly? Like, what do they value? Do they literally just like want to collect old things? Like, it's
No, I think their value is, again, like returning to society the way it was before.
The old ideals.
Yeah, like the old ideals, but not in the back in my day, like, okay, boomer, but like in the like but really like I don't want to say return to tradition because that has some like real fascist kind of leanings to it.
well,
but-
so like there was a point in this world that they entered an age of imperialism. They probably want to return to the age before imperialism started.
right.
So
yeah,
like the world
exactly.
goes back to just being communal and nice to each other.
Yeah, like not. I mean, it's
Through violent
regressive.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes to make progress, you have to do a little bit of regress.
Sometimes you gotta fucking kill to get what you
Yeah.
A
want.
few skulls to get some peace.
Ah, blood for the blood god.
You see, my first thought was I made a promise to acquire peace at any cost, no matter how many men, women, and children I had to kill. But I don't think enough people have watched the
God, did we just make John Cena?
yes, exactly.
Being chilly. Yeah. They wish to return to the ancient ideals of society, pre-imperialism, through violence.
Or at least I think maybe violence, including violence
if they
necessary.
if they must. Yeah, they're probably like they're like a good version of the Illuminati.
Wait, by any means necessary.
That works.
Isn't that a wrestler thing?
No, that's Malcolm X.
Oh, Malcolm X wrestled with American politics.
Well, that's true,
Yeah,
actually.
no, he did. That's fair. We'll let you spin it that way.
So evil librarians.
Evil librarians, yeah. Well, I mean that's kind of cool though, right?
Bold of you to assume all librarians aren't already evil.
Kev would know. He's an English teacher. He's like a better librarian.
I have a, whatever. I have a
Did almost
degree in
go
English
to a
literature.
master's in
I've read a
library
few
science.
books.
Yeah, like Everybody Poops and that's another great classic.
You know, I should probably actually get that one for my kid.
You probably should at some point, yeah. That's a good buy.
Kev, your kid's birthday was like yesterday, right?
Sure was.
Happy birthday
your
to him.
child.
Your child. Happy birthday, your child. It's amazing.
I love those generic greeting cards.
Your child has turned older.
What are they called? Anti-messages?
I love those.
Anti-wishes?
It's like The Office. It's just like birthday. It doesn't even say happy birthday. It just says birthday on it. It's just that'd be an amazing birthday party. I think that would really just depress me. I think it would be funny, but then if it actually happened, I'd be really sad.
Well, yeah, it's sitcom logic, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's
Well,
funny
it's funny because
in
it's
the context
situational.
that literally no human on Earth would ever do this thing. But the second you bring friends logic into the real world, you're like, holy crow, these are terrible human beings, and they're all like they should all be burning in hell.
Have you not seen the things
So-
of like Joey? Like Joey saying things at like a job interview, and they put like ominous horror music over it, and it like fits perfectly.
Right, yeah, or like you can do the same thing with Ross. Basically, the point is the friends were terrible friends, but were fantastic characters in that setting. So
Yeah.
yes,
But yeah. Anyway, back to antiquarians killing people. So
Yeah.
are they like So we're talking. Well, we could go down the magical girl route yet again. We could have witches, quote unquote, like
Ooh.
covens
Ooh.
of antiquarians that practice old world magic.
what if
I love
we
that.
take it in the literal sense of witches, like where the idea of being like a witch, it only became associated with magic and evil because patriarchy is stupid and people
Yeah.
are assholes.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And originally all it meant was just wise people. Like that's why people started equating with magic. It's go see the witch. You go to the witch. Oh, my back hurts. Yeah, my back hurt too when I was 30 and like hauling wood like you do. Here,
Yeah.
rub this on
Oh
your
yeah,
foot. What is it?
you're
It's
30
literally
in
like-
Hollingwood, all right.
Yeah, no, like literally,
Nobody.
like, you know, it's just like, hey, I've been through life longer than you do. I know what plants to mash together to make like good balms or like a tea that keeps me from stressing out when ennui comes knocking. Like, and then people equated that to literal magic because, again, regressive patriarchy is regressive patriarchy.
Right.
What if that's what this is? What if it's a public perception? Some people think of antiquarians as literally like, again, the witches of like old. And then in truth, what they really are is the witches of old. People who just know about the past and have a lot of really good life hacks, or in this case, like civilization hacks.
Well,
Because
there
they
was-
studied the past.
There was a group of women in not ancient, I want to say between Middle Ages, so like 1000s to 1500-ish in England. I don't remember what they're called, something women, but their entire job was to use sort of like pagan-esque things to help cure people's ailments. So they'd take stuff like nestle, or like stinging nettle leaves. It's like, oh, if you have arthritis and you're like, oh, your wrist is hurting, we're gonna just gently take this stinging nettle and tap it on your wrist. It worked, but it hurt
Yeah.
like a son of a bitch for quite a bit. There was a worm soup. It would cure your sort of cure what ails you. It's just sort of a soup, and they put worms in it. If you had a sore throat, these are actual practices too. This is stuff they actually did. This is why these women were accused of witchcraft, because like they treaded that line, and they're like, okay, we're gonna make you have a sore throat, so we're gonna take worms, tie them to a necklace, 3 worms, put them around your neck, go to sleep with them, and when they wake up dead around your neck, your sore throat should be gone. What were they called? I don't want to say wise women. I don't believe that's what they were called.
I'm looking.
Of Wiccan, but that's not a problem.
It's not. It's not Wiccan. None of this is pagan. Technically, apparently, this is good Christian stuff. It was at the time until they started.
They don't even know what that means anymore.
I was
Well,
about to say.
See, good.
But no, I love the idea here because it's like, really, you know, they're perceived as witches, or and you know, maybe to some even magical, but really it's just, you know, they've read the really old book that you gotta like and dust off before you open it in the library. Like, it's just their power is knowledge.
They just
Right.
know how to do
Yeah.
things like the good old way, right? They're just like,
Yeah.
Right.
oh, we have a soup that'll make you feel better. We have it's like that at old school, those the Chinese alchemist recipes that sort of like cure what ails you kind of stuff. I saw
Right.
one the other day that said magical penis wine. Made me laugh. I'm gonna be quite honest.
That's
But like, you know, it's just strange stuff that they believe. They've had it in their culture for literal centuries, if not millennia. So they believe it
Yeah.
to be true, because it's just like, well, there's no reason to believe it wouldn't be true, you know, because it's worked, right? It's just like the stuff that we make our current medicines out of, or the stuff that they use, and it's just like it's just in a more primitive, less refined form, like so. But
I mean, no,
not
that makes
primitive,
sense.
but what's the word I'm looking for? Primitive's an offensive word. I'm trying to think of the word.
a less
Um,
formalized.
Oh, I was gonna say like a holistic.
That's a good word for it. That's a
Yeah.
good euphemism for it.
Yeah.
Ah, look at that callback. Like Rasputin's organ. They actually do have Rasputin's pickled penis in a museum in Russia. I don't allegedly. It's big. I'm gonna be quite honest, and it's gross looking. I do not recommend looking it up. But yeah, they also have. I mean, if that's so
So many
unbelievable,
people were mid Google search.
well, no-
The final hat has been requested to be removed.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, Mario hat gone. You know what? I'm gonna take off this hat, too. I'm just gonna go back down to the flat cap. But,
Okay.
like,
I like these things. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, that's not too unbelievable, right? Russia literally keeps Vladimir Lenin in a box. Like, I don't... I don't see how
No,
that would be
the issue
unbelievable.
with it was just we're not sure whether it's Rasputin's because there's so much like bull around his death, and like there's so much unreliability regarding the nature of it that it wouldn't surprise me if some snake oil salesman literally just came, because people literally turned him into like a medieval style icon. There were folks running
Yeah.
Well,
around
yeah.
with like his finger bones, quote unquote, which again, like I'm not even joking.
Well,
That's, like,
yeah,
historically
that's
a thing.
Yeah,
Christian. That's
yeah.
Christian reliquary stuff. That's also Orthodox
Exactly.
Catholicism stuff. It's
Right.
I mean,
And, also for the record, entirely hoopla because there's no way they have his finger bones like in 8 places across the country. And I figure it's the same thing with like Rasputin's pickle bits.
I mean,
So
I was thinking that was like why his fingers were so prominent in like the Don Bluth movie because of growing up and then hearing the lore. So
yeah.
Rasputin lore.
okay, all right, let's.
It's just well,
Um,
Rasputin died and this world's alive, so let's get to it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we are at
I
the
just know
hour.
that he was the lover of the Russian queen. He was a cat who
Oh,
really was gone. Yeah.
Yeah. He had a pretty sick disco song, I'll give him that.
I would play that during the break if it wouldn't get me DMCA'd. Sorry, folks.
Immediately,
Fair.
yes.
Just look up
You
Rasputin.
all have it in your head right now.
Yeah, just look up Rasputin by Boney M. But we are at the hour 40 mark, so we're going to take a small break, and then we'll come back and take prompts from you, the audience, which means you guys can send in one-word prompts. If they are not A prompts, we're ignoring all of them. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Hello, we're back, whether you like it or not. Glad to have you here.
Sorry.
Did that catch you off guard?
Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that. That's fucking hilarious. Okay, sorry.
I don't. God, it's like being aggro on stream. So let's check and see what prompts we got. I want to reset the music. There we go. Let's look at our prompts. That's somebody's burden. How many fingers did he have? It's not a great prompt. Unity's a good prompt. Unhinged. I meant to put in that point thing for sending in prompts, and I forgot to do it. I'm a great host. So we got Unhinged, Unity. Okay. I did say we wouldn't accept prompts that aren't A, but you didn't listen. So that's fine.
Did we actually clarify that the guest had to also use A? I don't remember that.
Chuck just said my music yelled at me, and I was real confused. I'm glad to have you check back into reality there, Chuck. Much love. Avarice. That's a good word.
That's a
Ooh,
very good
avarice
word.
is a good one. And on theme.
Clunch said
Yeah, honestly.
affairs about arms. There's also some A words in the Rasputin song.
There are.
Yeah, like Asputin. Asher of the
Asputin.
Usher.
So much.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I was the only one who heard that. I don't want
Asputin.
that.
That's a reference
Asputin.
to our Canadian
Poutine?
friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Kev, have you ever had Asputin? Holds microphone.
That's gonna be a hard no.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be a hard no.
He,
Uh,
they
Hard no
really
way.
pulled out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Love it.
Oh. It's okay. Minnesotans sound like that.
They do. They're like.
They sound more Canadian.
Canadians.
No. They sound more Canadian than actual Canadians do. Like,
Actually, so one of my partners lives in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, but obviously on the Michigan side of that city.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the way he sounds Canadian at all times, I'm just like, that's precious and adorable. Why do you sound like that? So
I talk like this to cover up my horrible depression, eh?
It's hard to be like brooding and angsty when you sound like that.
I'm gonna
It's
go
true.
fucking crack somebody's skull, eh? I really do
that
like
almost
cheese.
sounded. For a second, that almost had like Irish.
Yeah, that was like a little leprechaun-y.
No, but they almost sound Irish, right? It's like vaguely reminiscent of like an Irish accent.
Never thought of it that
Well,
way.
think about it.
No.
Irish people talk like this, and then the Canadians and the Minnesotans talk like this. It's not much different.
Okay, there is like an upward inflection in common.
Mm.
That's fair.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
As the Canadian in the group, I'm gonna veto this. I don't love this for me.
Return the world.
this is a bad look for me.
Yeah, I don't love this. So
Nobody can. No, Canada didn't like it.
Chuck's angry. Chuck, are you Canadian? I didn't know that.
All right, so
So many
also there's one
Canadians.
I wanted to cover as well. For Wolves Den asked a really cool that I was super excited about answering. So I want to get to that before we end the stream. So
Sure, we
let's
got
get on them.
Yep, we are. Let's see, we got like half an hour to do the prompts. So what are the prompts? We got. Let me check my list. That's right. Only A words. Avarice is the only applicable one right now. Better get your shit together, folks. I'm not paying you for this. Okay, avarice. What a wonderful word. What can we do with that?
I mean, we have all this upheaval of wealth, like material wealth. But there's got to be somebody that really wants it.
Oh yeah.
Like whether it's a small sort of group that says like, okay, everything that we've had with this, acquisition and abolition, like that's all well and good, but like I actually want all the cool, pretty shit.
I want to live like a king. Yeah.
Yeah, like they had their turn. I want my turn.
I want to sit on the Iron
God damn
Throne.
it.
Someone feed me grapes.
Please.
You that! Feed me grape.
I mean, that is a big mood right there.
Grape me.
You know,
Wait,
that is
oh wait,
fair,
that sounded really bad. I did not think of that. That's like that skit. Have you seen that skit with like the guy doing the grape juice commercial? You know what I'm talking about?
oh
No.
god, I
Well,
actually do know
it didn't
that
age well, so I won't talk about it.
one. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I like the idea of that though. Maybe that's where someone like the root. That's where some people think the root of like the removal of all that wealth came from. Like some people think it's maybe that's like the battle cry of the rich old fogies who are desperately trying to keep their power. Kind of like you're all just avaricious of our insane wealth. Maybe if you worked harder, you could acquire generational levels of wealth like we have from our great grandparents we never worked for.
is avaricious a word?
I hope so. I just made it up.
Let's look it up. Let's make Omni look stupid. Avaricious.
I mean-
if it is a word, it's gonna be so empowering.
It is a word.
If bootylicious
I
is a
just
word,
gained- Ooh, my hair just turned gold and I gained 9,000 power levels. So,
Avaricious, having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain.
I knew
Take
I
it.
heard that word somewhere.
No, you made it up. You made it up because it sounded like a word. That's exactly what you did. I
You're
know
damn right,
exactly
but
what
I'm
you did.
right. It was a word. It was a real word.
right all along.
I am English. Or I'm Spanish, but I'm English enough. So,
You know the word.
I mean, that's English in general, really. We're
Yeah.
just English enough.
really
Like,
is.
it's
Yeah.
English
The
enough.
entire language is made up. Everything is so fake. Just super fake.
yeah.
English, the
English,
fake language.
one out of 5 stars. It's all crap. It's all fake. Someone's making this
Like
up.
30% of it's
Would
other
not
languages.
recommend.
30% of English is other languages.
It's
That's
true.
very true, actually.
Yeah. English is like that game that like looks around and says like, okay, like this game did that, that's really cool. This game did that, that's really cool. We're gonna make it all into like one game, but the game ends up being kind of shit.
And it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck really hard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'll have like expansions like Chicago and Utica and and Texas, and they're all gonna have different words for
Hmm.
different things.
Oh god.
I was just gonna make a really, I was just gonna make a really edgy take, but I've never even played this game. But it's Morkborg,
Morkborg,
the game that promises everything, but I don't know.
Morkborg.
I've
I've actually,
played Morkborg.
I think I've heard of it.
It's an OSR game.
Oh yeah, well I don't want to play. Let's see here. I'm gonna be honest. People that talk about OSR all the time, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about your OSR games. I'm glad you have fun with them, but I don't. So I don't care. Okay, like leave me alone.
Hey everyone, this is the new Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time.
No, I don't even hate OSR. I just don't. I'm just sick of hearing about it. Right? They're just like this does this better. It's like, shut up. I have fun with what I'm doing. Let me have my fun.
Literally, shut the fuck up.
I need to post that meme. There's a meme of like somebody putting out a tweet and it's like in quotes. It's just like, just let people have fun. And like end quotes like, how about I just fucking kill you? How about that? I'm just like, okay. And somebody put Patrick Bateman saying it in his speech bubble. And it was so fucking funny. I'll see if I can find it. But we're talking avarice here. That was avarice. That was true avarice. Just
Yes, Patrick Bacon was in fact avaricious of a world that he was not able to have as a sociopath.
avarice just sounds like an anime villain name.
It sounds like a Disney villain name. Avaricious. Like, right up there with like Cruella de Vil and the other
I can hear
On the
the
nose.
villain song in my head.
right. Like it's so on the nose it has to be Disney. Like
Or
yeah,
Jojo Stan.
Yo, that's fair. But yeah, like I would say the immediate thought is like that's what the battle cry of the old wealthy is like. Oh, you're just taking away our wealth because you clearly want it, and like that might not actually be what the case is. Just a bunch of people like saying no, we just don't want it to exist. Goodbye, thought, and utterly dismantling the old structures.
It's Dr. Manhattan going, no.
It's so sad your culture died of ligma.
Who's Steve Jobs?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. So we actually got a bunch of A words since I bitched. See, that's all you need to do. Folks in the community, if you want something really bad, just bitch about it and people will eventually give it to you.
Honestly, that's true. Somebody will do it just to shut you up.
Amber's like, yesterday I had 200 followers. Now I have 4,000. All I had to say is, I want 4,000 followers. Give me now. And I have them.
I never
Right.
said anything. I never said anything. Honestly, I was actually kind of losing followers, and then Allie took it upon herself to fix that problem.
We stand, Allie.
Anyway, yeah. Abby's here. Hello, BB. I'm wrapped in a
Oh.
blanket. I'm a burrito.
A very comfy looking.
Yeah, you look a lot more cozy. I respect
Oh
it.
yeah.
I respect the cozy
Yeah.
grind. I couldn't wear a blanket right now. I'd be fucking sweltering.
It's 47 degrees, but that's cold to me.
It's 58 here. It's fucking smoldering hot.
I'm not even gonna bother talking about my temperature right now.
Oh, boo-hoo, look at you, 70 degree. Ooh, Florida, man.
71, excuse me, after sunset at 11 o'clock at night.
I'm gonna maybe have to,
Meanwhile,
like...
Meanwhile, Kev is like, oh, we listen. We do our temperatures in Celsius,
Yeah.
eh? Man, I was
Like
trying to do a
adults.
Canadian accent.
Like a
I
dog.
can't.
Ew, you
people
are
in your
temperature.
Fahrenheit.
Your Fahrenheit. Yeah, I like that book by Ray Bradbury. It's really
Never
cool
heard of
that...
it.
Celsius.
We have
Celsius
we have
is better.
the Celsius conversion version over.
Yeah, you have
over here.
Celsius 451. Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's the worst fucking joke I've ever told. Hands down. Okay, so let's look at our A props. We got a bunch.
Yeah, yeah.
We got Everest. Chuck getting angry about Canadian things.
Yeah.
Applicable.
appreciate that.
Applicable is a word. I think applicable
Ooh,
is a...
applicable is very good.
What is
It
that
is.
applicable to?
Assimilation is a good one. Acrylic.
That's spelled applicable correctly. Assimilation.
Antipasto. Ooh, someone said antipasto. Hell yeah.
Well, like antipasta.
Yeah.
What?
You know, like a pre-meal.
Like a salad or a soup.
Or like olives, like an olive.
What an
dip.
exciting thing to fucking talk about. No, I mean, genuinely, that would get me happy to talk about that, but I know nobody wants to listen to me talk about taught my culinary degree for the 1,000th time on this fucking show.
I would love to talk about olives and shit. And their
That'll be the name of the
qualities.
podcast, Olives and Shit.
All of your shit. That's
All
what
of
it
your
should be
shit.
called. All of your shit.
Ooh,
There it is.
Amnesty is in there. Amnesty is a good one by Bon Bon Butcher.
And
Yeah,
I'm
Amnesty's
also
good,
calling dibs on martial arts, which I put in there
Doesn't
already.
start with an A, you're kind of pushing it.
No. Word 2 starts with an A.
Arts
The
of,
arts.
okay, change it to
These
Arts of Martial and you got me sold.
Sure.
Who's
Artif-
Marshall.
The arts
Artificial-
martial. Here we go.
A Wolf's Den also recommended artificial limbs / aids for disabilities, which is cool. I love that as a disabled person. Thank you.
I agree.
Artificial. Oh, so we're talking like prosthetics and stuff like that. For
Yeah, prosthetics.
drawing a blank.
Yeah.
That's a good P word. Prosthetic is such a cool word.
It is.
It's also really satisfying to say. Prosthetic.
Oh, wait, fuck. It's the lisp, I can't.
Don't I had a I had an ex that could not say thesaurus. I know a lot of people that can't say thesaurus. So, but
Thorth.
thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
You could say it.
Yeah.
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 But I have to like think about it first.
We got a bunch of props. We'll just pick and choose the ones that we want to do. Annihilation. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Ooh, arbitrary is a good one. Thank you, Evie.
Arbitrary.
I think it was Chuck said Advent, and like
Advent's a good
I
one
like
too.
the idea of like the something coming.
See, when I heard Advent, I thought of Advent Children because I'm fucking
Yes,
brain dead.
same.
Yeah,
Sephiroth
I mean me
comes
too,
out.
but I didn't want to.
Stabs. Stabs Aerith again. Aerith's an A-word.
You know this. The sad thing is, this is not the first time I've talked about Advent children in the last 24 hours. So I mean,
What's the likelihood of that? Shave it off.
Feels low.
I'd have 2 nickels.
I wouldn't have very much money, but it'd be something.
Yeah.
Okay, give me like 3 more A words, and then we could just like go from there.
Mm,
That you see, I like antiquated as well. We kind of have antiquated.
We did that.
Ivy said
Abra-
aesthetics, and I kind of like that.
I like aesthetics.
Aesthetics is fantastic. Yeah.
Aesthetics is very much a word Omni like.
Anti-romantic.
Anti-romantic?
Interesting.
Oh, like in a philosophical sense. So like looking upon
Yeah.
the past with like a negative light. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. That's very fitting for this setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about like that Pokemon like had like World at War type thing, and it's just like everything is like sort of coming down from it, from what I understand. The Pokemon lore that I knew nothing about until I heard you guys talk about it.
The Pokelore.
Pokelore. Pokelore sounds like
gotta poke it. Oh.
I wouldn't poke it.
Pokelore. Pokelore sounds like a name of like an Oblivion NPC. Oh, hello. See ya. I'm Pokelore. Yeah, you think Klaus does the funny voices? I do them too, okay?
I'm so excited. Go ahead, sorry.
Excited for what? Sorry.
Oh no, we're doing Thirsty Sword Lesbians with Klaus, and I'm so fucking thrilled.
That's gonna be a good stuff.
That's amazing.
Artichokes? What the fuck do I do with
Chokes.
artichoke?
You know what? I'll take artichoke. Yeah.
Artichokes are
yeah.
500. We'll start. We'll work with this. Applicable. We'll do like a speed round.
Okay.
Got 10 minutes. Get through all these words. If you don't, well, let me just
I'm
say.
never coming back on the show. I'm sorry.
Well,
guys.
yeah. I mean, I'm setting precedents here. I gotta make the rules.
Yeah.
Gotta pay those bills. Gotta get those fees to the agencies.
Mm-hmm. You got to be able to get more frogs for Elise. I understand.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Okay,
Also
so
frogs for me.
acrylic. I wonder if acrylic, like, okay, so this is supposed to be like a, set way in the future, right?
Well, it's like the setting. I would describe it as like somewhere between 1890 and 1920. So it's
Okay,
like
alright.
diesel punk in that sense, but there's like a
Okay,
sort of
'cause-
somewhat magical aspect to it.
I'm wondering if acrylic could be like the preservative, like the way that things are preserved in like, things are preserved in like resin now, but they can use acrylic in similar ways to kind of, if there are like certain types of, there's maybe some, you know what I'm trying to get at, like some like certain kind of plants or some kind of like thing that has the propensity to wither, like.
Oh, and you're saying that
it can be
acrylic's like
preserved.
almost like what's that? Taxidermy or taxidermization? It's like how they put like
Yeah.
butterflies and like cases
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, this is a very specific reference. There's this guy on Reddit that has preserved a hot dog in resin, and he gives a
I'm sorry.
he
Go
gives
on.
he gives a monthly update on what the resin hot dog looks like, and it's like a full like 360-degree video, like once a month. And so, what?
I didn't know we needed this, but I guess we.
Humans are so
Right.
fucking fascinating. We can't stop war, but we can put a hot dog in resin. On that note, Danny, welcome in with the 11th. Thank you for the raid. Much love to you, Danny. I appreciate you. We're talking about resin hot dogs. Courtesy
So
of
is
the
this
Space
like
Chamber.
I'm picturing when you're saying like when Red said taxidermy, I went like Han Solo but in acrylic instead of carbonite.
Yes.
Um,
Ooh, I love that. Like preserving specific organic matter that they fear will die out eventually, and like keeping it trapped in something hardening it that they can later break into and tap into the genetic matter. Ooh, okay, yeah.
So they have they don't have, it's not like acrylic in like the sense that we have acrylic. It's acrylic in a more like fantastical sense. It's
Yeah,
like super
yeah.
acrylic.
Yeah, Evie's, yeah.
Also, thank you for the
Yeah.
follow, Nibble Nipple. Thank you. I appreciate you. I like your name.
Jen, hello, BB. I haven't heard from you in a little bit. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, acrylic is actually derived from a natural gas. If it's diesel punk, it could be a secondary creation of pollution. And
Oh.
ooh,
Okay.
Evie coming in clutch with the science knowledge I don't have.
Evie's smart.
Evie is a fucking genius. I love them.
See,
Evie, I'm glad you're my friend.
the viewers make me and everybody else look so much smarter than we actually are. Mostly speaking for myself. I have a culinary major. Anyway, so it's like
Approximate knowledge of many things.
I know a lot of random facts. That's about it. Hey, I went to culinary too. I respect it. I'm sure that you, hey, we both went off about pizza and cheesecakes. We did. You are absolutely correct. That was a funny conversation
I saw that
to have.
thread.
And everybody kept dumping gasoline on the fire of my brain during that. I think it was Al who said that pizza is just a salad. Anyway, we got like a little bit of time left, so it's gonna be like it's probably gonna be like a fantastical form of acrylic. So like,
Yeah.
what was Evie saying? They're saying it's like a byproduct of something.
Yeah, like it would be a byproduct of if it's diesel punk, it could be a secondary creation from pollution, and they're using it to preserve organics because of the pollution.
Ah, okay, that's really interesting. I like that. So
That's
it's like
good,
a
yeah.
byproduct of pollution.
Yeah.
Lovely, because the pollution that they have isn't necessarily just straight up gasoline. Because now it's going to be something completely different. They're not actually sure. It's brand new material. Yeah, I like that. The ocean is a soup.
Yeah.
Danny, please. I appreciate the raid, but please stop killing the last 3 brain cells that I have. Okay, next word. Go fast, quick.
Ben,
Honestly, I keep looking at... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna make a joke that Sephiroth is actually the president.
Well, I mean, that kind of ties into what I keep looking at assassination, and I'm like, who died?
Aerith.
Well, I mean, spoilers. No.
The game's fucking 30 years old. If you haven't played it yet, get over yourself.
There's a remake.
Yeah, we should have played the
I'm-
original.
Oh. But like, see, I'm like, someone like, I feel like a lot of this upheaval that we, like, there's a shot heard around the world somewhere,
And then it like led to an array of assassinations, is what you're saying.
right? So I'm like, who died?
Oh, that's that French background coming out in you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess
The
whatever.
National Razor. Yeah.
I was gonna make a Franz Ferdinand joke, but
I feel like that's a great way to segue into like the that thing we were talking about in the past, the thing that set off all of this way back in the day, the annihilation of like this old culture that was there before its primogenitor culture. Maybe that's like one of those moments that sort of like tilted everything over at the end. It was just like a string of assassinations that basically saw everything go to hell.
Well, yeah, it's just like we live in a nice, pleasant world now, but there had to be something sacrificed to get where we are now. You know, Viva la revolution. Yeah, I agree.
right, like, revolution just doesn't like happen because people are just sitting around thinking, hey, maybe we should start a revolution. Like, something has to, like, there has to be a catalyst.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not everyone lives in a nice, pleasant world. I agree with you, Jen. Absolutely. Even in a noble bright setting. I mean, like, yeah, absolutely. Okay, I like assassination. That's honestly just a good point.
Yeah, 100%.
Pick another word, or Red get angry.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the word now, and it's because I've been doodling this entire time. So I'm gonna go with the arts martial
Arts of
or
martial.
the,
Yep.
the arts of fighting.
That sounds like a shitty
Worlds
mobile.
asked about.
Mm.
And so
Arts
the
of
idea
martial.
that I had was actually that. So this is a thing that we talked about a little bit off of stream last week that I was working my butt off on the entire time, and it's the idea of how do they fight in the modern age. And I just posted 2 pictures in there of it. And so, at least in one section of the world, in like one community, I like the idea that this is an age where, in the past, very recent past, diesel engines were used to create weapons of war. And so, a lot of the now like demilitarizing communities are creating tools specifically to kill engines, not necessarily to kill the people, but to rip them from their weaponry. So I'm running with the idea of this subgroup in one part of the world that I'm calling the Giacomoto Lancers, and they literally protect one city using these new geode engine machines, and they use spears, which are sort of designed so that when they break off, they're literally wooden shafted. So you strike a foe with it, the head depresses, it shatters the wood, and the warhead ignites, propels itself into the engine, and then with the light and frost effect freezes an engine solid. So literally killing an engine by killing it cold. And I like the idea that they're about as close to like a military body as you're going to see in that city. I did a picture of them at the very bottom, literally during the course of our stream today. That's what I've been doodling this whole time.
Yeah, it's
I
real
like
done.
the
I
idea
really
that
like
they're
it.
That's dope.
kind of martial artists in the sense their job is to disarm and dismantle primarily. So almost all of their martial arts is built on not getting hit by actually terrifying guns or weapons of the last age, and just dismantling and removing weaponry using pole arms and swords. So those are my thoughts anyway on that.
So they're like martial artists. They're like biker martial artists.
Yeah, like basically a new wave cavalry using geode engine mounts instead of old horses. And I like the idea of that. I'm trying to sort of bring a little bit of like that old Renaissance flair and a little bit further forward into their uniforms too. Even going as far as like even ruffled necks and that kind of thing. I figure this is kind of like that, reclaiming the imagery of nobility, as we were talking about before. We're stripping the nobility from nobles. And like these are all just common folks wearing like nice button-up jackets and ruffled shirts and fancy helms, even though they just work for like the state locally. But they do so because it's like a way to reach out to the community, be like, we're paragons defending you, not oppressors wielding the weapons of a last age kind of deal. How much of that's real and how much of that's just propaganda, I leave that up to you guys. At least I know that's for one community. I'm sure different communities have different means. But I know a lot of martial arts and a lot of the arts of war in the current setting are probably built around the answering the last age's war, which was tanks, diesel weaponry, that kind of thing. And I think I even have a picture of the Ambler up on here, on page number somewhere on here.
I guess
I don't even know
two.
where. Yeah, if not, I'll upload it again. But for the prosthetic thing, since that's a thing that I
Yeah, I found it.
doodled a little while ago. Yeah.
Viewers at home can see that.
I'm just picturing like jousting with like these lancers, like just go like on their their vehicle, just kind of going at these things, just like full like jouster, like lance out, spear out, like, and it's a very cool image. So thank you for that.
You keep saying Lancer, and I know Amber and I are just getting like triggered.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm not gonna lie, that's where the word came from. But
it's Lancer is such a great word though. Like,
it is,
It's
and
satisfying.
also hilariously, it is the proper term for a knight on horseback wielding a lance. They
Yeah.
become a lancer.
become Lancer.
Yeah.
my high
Abandoned
school
knightly
mascot.
become lancers.
It's funny because like my high school mascot were lancers, and so like everyone's just getting like something totally different with it.
Okay.
Well,
We
yeah.
were the Lions, so I mean,
What the hell was I? Vikings. Yeah, we were the Vikings.
Wildcats.
Wildcats. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
look,
that.
I don't have much pride. in
all
those
the
Wildcats.
days together. So okay.
I just picture that Simpsons thing where it's like, who are we?
Uh,
The Wildcats. Who are we gonna beat? The Wildcats.
Oh man.
All right.
Dorkbot says I love
wanna-
High School Musical. Lovely.
Seth, hi BB. Seth is my partner that lives in Sault Ste. Marie, the one that sounds Canadian because he is. I
Hey.
fucking knew it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, okay, I want to go to aesthetics because I feel like the aristocracy here really takes pride in their aesthetic and takes pride in this like extravagance and luxury, and I said that weird, and kind of like just absolute, you know, kind of going back to the word hedonism that I pulled out earlier. You know, just but like the opposite, you know, like actual true hedonism, like, you know, this is, they are just living so lavishly and indulging themselves in the aesthetic that it feels like excessive to the point of the people that are uprising. And, you know, maybe the abolition of aesthetic. Dun dun.
The abolition of aesthetic.
Okay, I like that. So, yeah, I really like that idea, where it's not just a matter of, you know, we're casting down the works of, you know, we're not just casting down the works of the old. We're building something
Yeah.
entirely new. We're doing so by dismantling the symbology of the old. Like,
Right, exactly.
That's literally the reason why I have, like, in that drawing, why I've given them like ruffled collars and like they have all the trappings of nobility.
Yeah.
And it's not noble people wearing it. It's normal people like seizing these elements that were denied them and repurposing it for their own
Right.
good.
Exactly.
Literally, well, if you
Exactly.
won't share in your high fashion, we'll just make it ourselves. I get a
Mhm.
very strong like historical vibe out of that from like the way that the English accent in the UK has suddenly like morphed over the centuries from a very close to American accent to literally every time the nobles tried to change their accent to sound better than their lessers, the
Mhm.
common rabble would adopt it, and it was a vicious verbal feedback loop to where they
Yeah.
are. And I feel like it's
Yep.
culturally the same kind of thing, like visually with aesthetic, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
very much a thing, and aesthetic isn't just like how it looks; it's just how it is. It's just like how it appears, quote unquote.
Right.
So like,
Mhm.
Right.
and fake accents have been a thing for a long time. Like manifest, like fake, like because that's where the token British accent comes from. It's literally just an amalgamation of all the artificial accents. Hell, in the 1960s here in the United States, and even before that we had the transatlantic. You know, they're talking on the radio real fast like this, like that was a made up
Yeah.
accent. Nobody fucking talks like that. And then in the 1960s we had the everybody talks like this. They're like, listen here, class. That was a made up accent. Like like
Yeah, like at the core, it's not just about what it looks like, but like actually what it represents, like
Mm.
culturally and like
Yeah.
yeah.
so yeah,
I totally get that.
yeah, part of these abolitionist aesthetic was probably just like, let's get rid of this stupid accent and like return to like, you know, sounding normal.
Shut the fuck up. Just what if you just shut the fuck up?
Ever tried just shutting the fuck up? Like, yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay, I think we do 2 more words.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Annihilation.
All right.
That doesn't really fit
It
this
was
setting.
an okay movie.
Um,
I enjoyed it.
Oh my god, you and your movie.
Oh my God.
Sorry, you did this to yourself.
How about artificial? Because we were talking about like prosthetics and stuff like that. I feel like, yeah, I feel like artificial is a good word. It's a lot more of a positive
Yeah.
word than annihilation. I love annihilation, but it doesn't really fit this setting.
It doesn't fit the aesthetic of this setting.
It doesn't fit my aesthetic for Unearthed. I'm just saying, like,
I
The vibes are all off.
my chakras
Got-
unaligned.
Oh my god.
everyone take a second, find your chi, and like let's I like the idea of like, this sounds almost, but like weaponizing the prosthetic almost.
Yeah, like Barrett
Like-
from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a Barrett or a Jax from, since we're talking about Mortal Kombat apparently.
You just pointed out something to me. There is something that's trending in Japanese video games, and it's making African American men have gun prosthetics. It's not a bad trend. It's just really cool, and it was a really big thing in the '90s. I didn't even realize that. You just pointed this out.
Nor
to
did
me.
I.
Yeah, what the fuck? That was
Huh.
most certainly a thing. That's weird as hell.
The more you know.
Actually, this character I'm about to play in this Orbital Blues game with Mayday Roleplay
Mm.
lost a leg in space or whatever, and now has like a gun leg, and so I'm really excited about
That's cool.
Oh,
Could you
like the
imagine just like
Grindhouse character?
I was gonna say-
Kinda. Well, I was thinking kind of like, oh my god, there's like this. I was thinking kind of like, remember in Austin Powers where like one of the spies had like the guns in her boot heel or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's
in
pretty
Austin
funny.
Powers.
That was not
I
where I
thought
thought you were going.
Yeah, I
with
thought you were
that.
talking about the guns in her, like, you know,
Yeah.
chest region. That was the one I thought you were talking about, because that's the scene I remember.
The fembots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that-
fembots.
I'm glad Red and I were on the same wavelength there.
No, but that's such a cool thing. Could you imagine just like, yeah, I got like a cannon for a leg, you know, just like lay down onto your back, like hold me up, man.
Like fucking Cyborg from Teen Titans, yeah.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
funny though.
Yeah.
Shotgun leg.
I like that.
I was playing Risk of-
weaponizing that sort of thing seems like it'd be pretty, I imagine, especially among like soldiery, quite common.
That was the thing that was done
Yeah.
in our history. You know, people would
Yeah.
lose arms and legs, and they'd have them replaced with blades.
Yeah, or even just practical stuff. Like the number of like false legs and false arms have been found to have just like canteens inside them, or like spaces for hiding objects. Apparently, one guy escaped a French prison at one point because the prosthetic limb that he had contained lockpicks.
That's
so,
fucking amazing.
yeah.
That fucks.
Right.
Oh,
Like,
that's-
also, I'm pretty sure like that guy ruined it for everyone else with actual prosthetics. But like,
Probably.
well,
But he's
yeah.
brilliant.
That guy's
right?
a
Yeah,
genius. though.
exactly.
That's like some fucking that is some like escapist like movie shit. Like Jesus, that's cool as hell though. Okay, one more word. I think weaponization of prosthetics is definitely like, as Amber says, that fucks. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just also as a disabled person that like, you know, is contemplating mobility aids down the line, it is really, really cool to be like, the cane I'm eventually gonna need, I can use to hurt people the way that my arthritis is hurting me.
yeah, inflict
mean,
the pain that
I
you
didn't
are
know where
feeling
that
upon
sentence-
others.
I didn't know where that sentence was going as I was saying it.
I know Red has been promoting this like all week, saying like magical girls and stuff. Tuxedo Mask beat the crap out of people with his cane, so
100%,
true.
yeah.
True.
Absolutely, he did.
Weapon cane. I'll just put weapon cane.
Debbie, I absolutely would love a sword cane, and then we can be sword lesbians.
Nice.
Can we get a hydration check so we can be thirsty sword lesbians?
oh,
Hydration check.
I just dropped my pair of glasses, but yeah, you get the idea.
There we go. Slurping noise is cheap.
Schlurp. Well, I almost put my glasses on upside down. There you go. So
Do be like that.
I do be like that. It's one of those evenings. See, like, Amber, I don't know why, like, you talking about, like, weaponizing, like, a prosthetic. I just, like, imagined, like, somebody that's, like, an artificer, or an artificer, whatever you want to pronounce it, like, getting their arm, like, cut off, and they just have, like, a replaceable, like, arm thing, so they can, like, put in, like, a saw blade and have, like, a, what are those things called? Reciprocating saw? Just, like,
yes.
don't fuck with me.
Oh, so just Evil Dead.
yeah,
Evil
it's
Dead.
literally just Evil Dead, but you can, like, change out the chainsaw and, like, put a shotgun
yeah,
and shit.
just like your arm is the multi-tool. Like
Yeah.
you're just
Nice.
Maybe I can do that, and I can literally be a Swiss Army knife.
Oh, I love that.
I need to get a red pog emote for things just like that. That's like,
yeah.
just glasses down. That's a
Yep.
pog. I'll do it
Also,
eventually.
hydration check by Odysseus.
Oh, we do have another hydration
Yes.
check. I'll drink to that, huh?
Also, I drew a weird shadow person in there with crazy hair, so I'm content with that.
I see. Wait, what? Oh,
You know, Red, I think you were hitting on something really, really nice with this anti-romantic. I literally just pulled that word from a K-pop song. So,
okay. Well, inspiration could be anywhere, even in the darkest of
yeah.
places.
But I like the way you took it earlier, where you were like, you know, instead of looking at things with like rose-colored lenses and, you know, not romanticize, like specifically looking at the way things were in a way that kind of destroys that like lovely warm feeling about it.
Yeah, it's just yeah. The idea there is just like that's a problem with like politics these days. I'm not gonna get too into depth with that because this is not the show for that. But romanticization is one of those words that's very dangerous. Those philosophies that's really dangerous. Looking at the past with like fond memories because you're sort of idealizing something that wasn't good for everybody. That's applicable here in the United States, especially. Applicable is one of our words. But the idea there is just like these romanticizing. The opposite of that would be to look on the past and be like, recognize the flaws of the past and try to correct them for the future. Or you could just look at the past and be like, this shit sucks and like we're in a shittier place because of it. But that's nihilism, so let's not go down that route. There's plenty of philosophers that did that before me and they're no longer I don't know, alive. So
keep capes and Regency clothing. Get rid of, you know, the politics of the Regency era, please.
Okay, this is completely off topic, but you'll love it. Everybody in the TTRPG community should buy a cloak, like an old school, like Renaissance cloak, and start wearing them in public. If we get all the people that follow us in the community to start doing that, it'll be a trend.
No, full
normalized
cloaks.
clothes.
I want to wear cloaks.
Normalized cloaks.
Saved in my Amazon.
I have a cloak. I handmade a cloak, and I want to wear it.
Do you know how many fucking like crazy ass LARP items I have now?
That you can wear normally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it. Let's actually do it.
Okay.
Start doing that casually.
Kev, get a cloak with me. You're muted.
Oh no, I realized that halfway through my sentence. I picture that, like, you know, the Seinfeld episode where he has to wear the old shirt. He's like, I don't want to be a pirate.
The rough fleece shirt. I remember that.
I don't want to be a pirate.
But yes, I would rock a cloak. My wife's listening. You should make me a cloak.
Evie, oh my god. Evie, Kev, how tall are you? My cloak is too long for me and I'd send it to you.
Evie, oh gosh, I'm 6 feet.
If that's too short, I'm 6'3". I'm just saying.
You're 6'3"?
I am.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a giant. He's both the smallest. He's both the youngest child here and also the biggest boy.
I'm typically the tallest person in the room. Yep. See, Amber, you're not the only one that thought I was short. Apparently, Klaus thought I was like 5'7". I'm like, why? Is it my attitude that makes you think that? Like, I am 6'3". Yes.
You give off 5'7" energy. I'm sorry.
Holy shit! Oh, anyway, you're not coming back on. Damn. Okay.
I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3". I'm small, so it's a compliment.
I literally have a foot on you, and nobody believes it.
Amber might think 5'9" is tall if she's actually.
You have 5'7" energy. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Vince is like 5'9", so.
Oh.
That tracks, doesn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh man.
General Redemption, you're shorter than I expected. Fuck off.
For some reason, I associate chaos energy with like being small because it's like condensed, you know? So that's
Makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah.
So what, you expect like tall people to be stoic? It's sort of like.
Yeah, actually.
Because they have less to prove, clearly.
Well, you know.
Red, the only answer here is that you're too interesting to be that tall.
Yeah, there you go.
So be more boring.
Thank you, question mark.
Well,
Honestly, you're
Because-
welcome? Question mark. Like,
okay, let me spin this in a positive. Oh no, there's no way I can spin this positively. I was complimenting you. That's what the. But I also understand impact versus intent. I'm sorry, Red. I really was. I'm sorry. I feel like an asshole.
It was fucking funny because everybody thinks I give off like little man energy. Like even Klaus does, and Klaus is a cool dude. He's just like, I thought you were like loved Red's face of a stoic tall person. I have a resting bitch face. That's why I have to be comedic all the time because I don't want people to think I'm mean.
that's a mood.
So
Oh my God, that's a mood.
let me put on my resting bitch face.
It's true. That's a really.
Look at these eyebrows. I have Goomba eyebrows from like Mario.
Look at this Galumba.
Look at this big Galoom.
I love that.
Get a load of that mook.
I'm gonna use the word Galumba in the future. I don't know where.
A Galumba is a real Mario enemy.
Is that the those like chestnut looking Goombas?
Yeah, they're a little.
Oh, from Mario World.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah. That's Mario lore. Anyway, folks, I think that's a good point to end the show.
I'm
We have
sorry.
hit Mario Lord. That is literally the bottom. We've
You know
got
what? If this is the only time I'm going to be invited onto Writer's Block, I appreciate it. It was a great time.
No, you were great. You guys are both great. I can't wait to
Yeah.
at some point have you
Oh.
on again in the future.
See,
Yeah,
Amber,
no,
what's
this
funny
was-
to me is I thought you were taller. I figured you'd be like
No.
5'7" or like 5'10" maybe.
I'm no.
You know how tall Elise is? Take a guess.
5'10"?
She's 5'10", yeah.
Nice.
She
Hell
is
yeah.
she is a
Literally
tall
1 inch
woman.
below me, guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I can't get over that. Red, you give up small man energy.
Small man energy. That's completely different.
I'm not even mad. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god, I'm crying.
Oh my goodness.
Bring back
To be
Space Jammer.
fair, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world is my little brother, who's 15. Will be 15 next month. He's done growing. He's capping out at 5'6".
Oh,
And
that
God
poor
bless
fuck.
him.
That poor
Yeah.
fuck.
So, so he has like the most immaculate energy and the most immaculate vibes. So like he has no problems like getting, anyway.
No,
What
I
I'm
hit
saying is it's a compliment.
I hit my fucking head on things, right? Like I have back problems because I had to fucking bend down to work in kitchens.
Aw.
But no, this isn't a pity party. Everybody has back problems these days. So but no, that's fucking that's
Seth,
so fucking funny.
Seth out here like calling me out on the highest possible note. Amber is small.
Amber's small. Odie says to bring back Amber. What a good show today. Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. So
Bring back Kev too. Kev
Well,
is
I-
Bring both of you back.
Kev's gonna be a regular on this channel from here on. You know, I want him. I want to do more
I'm
MTG
in.
with the guy. Like, I'm talking about him like
Let's
you're not here. I will literally. No, go
I
on.
will teach you to, that we got to work on that manifesting stuff.
Man,
There were a
if
few times today where you were just like, oh man, this is so like, I was like, man, you just got to manifest it.
manifest
Here's
it.
a
You don't have to
crystal.
say the phrase. You don't have to say the phrase, but manifest it. But also heart of the cards.
Part of the cards.
All right. Well, Kev is no longer a regular on the show. So, thank you folks for joining us for Writer's Block this evening. We had like an average of 20 viewers the whole stream. That's amazing. Wow, that's awesome.
I know that rules.
I appreciate each and every
Nice.
one of you very, very much. I appreciate all of you that gave me bits and subs, especially Amber, because she gave me 5, because she's very sweet and kind. I appreciate you, even if she called me small man energy. But, no, but like, I don't mean to like rehash it, but like, Klaus thought the same exact thing. That's what's hilarious to me. He's like, I
So did
thought
I,
you were
not gonna lie.
small. Because I have high energy. You think tall people are like low energy. But no, but this has been Writer's Block. Amber, would you like to reintroduce yourself for the audience?
All right, great. Hold on. Let me unwrap myself from my cocoon. Oh no, now it's cold. Okay, anyway.
On 4.
Hi everyone, I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber on Twitter. You can find me at thespacejamber.cool. That is my portfolio and my contact site for all of my TTRPG Swiss Army Knife trials and tribulations. I write, I edit, I stream, I podcast. What the hell? I just do everything. So please, please contact me if you need like literally anything. I'll probably figure it out. Also, oh my God, Bing Mirror, I'm gonna have Kev on my stream on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, because we're playing Coven with Ethan and a couple other folks, and I'm really excited. And Kev has also helped me with my character sheet, and because I was lost. Thank you, Kev. You're the real.
I got you. I got you.
Right, back into the cocoon I go because it's warm. Thank you, Red. Thank you, Omni, for having me. This was super fun. I've been looking forward to it all week.
Well,
Always a pleasure to encounter you anywhere in the Twitter space or the TTRPG space. You're amazing, Amber. Also, same goes for you, Kev. Great.
Appreciate that.
No.
speaking of Kev.
Yes.
Hi everyone, I am Kevbot_MTG, both on Twitch and Twitter. You can catch me on Twitch, usually streaming Magic the Gathering. And then on Twitter, I make Magical Girl content for D&D 5e. Sorry, Red. And as Amber said, I will be on her channel on Sunday playing Coven with her, Ethan, and a couple other people whose names are currently eluding me right now. And yeah, that's gonna be super exciting. It's a busy week. Normally I'm like, oh man, I gotta do like my 2 streams, figure it out. But I have like 4 things this week, and that's a lot for me. But no, it's good. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. I had an absolutely amazing time. Just throw some more A's on there. And yeah, thank you so much.
A's on that.
This was the A episode.
It was the A episode.
It's because we had a Canadian on. Anyway, Omni, would you like to reintroduce yourself?
Hey,
Don't be a hoser.
I am the last Domtet, your favorite robot American. I have all my links in chat because I'm tired. And I have been working on my own TTRPG setting / universe / rule set. The Legacy TTRPG project. Just find me online, #Legacy TTRPG, all one word. I also Twitch stream myself on Wednesdays and Saturdays, 10:30 a.m. EST on both days. On Wednesdays, I tend to do world building for the last season's setting, specific subsection. In a stream series I call Building Glaswall, building up to the campaign I'm going to run using the AS Caltrop core game that me and Red made last season to celebrate the ending of Season 1. And I am looking forward to running that on stream during one of those 2 time slots. And Saturdays, I just kind of screw around. Just kind of screwing around Saturdays. We do art, we do world building, we do writing, and I'm also going to probably play video games on there at some point because why not? And
Nice.
other than that, you can find me here on this channel with this clown, who is genuinely one of my favorite folks on Twitch and Twitter, and I'm very happy to be able to share a show and a space with him. So it's a pleasure, as always, good friend. And I will also be on DM's channels on Saturday evenings, usually playing in the Saturday game. And there's other things coming I'm not allowed to talk about, but I'm super excited about it. So, yes. Also, I upload the VODs of my streams to YouTube, so keep an eye out for that.
Yay!
That's everything.
Awesome.
What about you,
Right.
Red?
I'm Red, one of the 3 primary colors. Apparently that's become my intro now.
I love that.
I said it on a whim one time and everybody lost their shit. And I'm like, I'll say it over and over again until people get sick of it. Yeah, I run this channel here. I do shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays, most importantly, Writer's Block, 8 p.m. CST, where I have wonderful guests on each week, unlike these 2. And then I'll... the face. Oh, that's a good reaction. I love each and every one of my guests. I cherish them. I love having them on. I was very much looking forward to doing more content with Kevin and doing stuff with Amber outside of Lancer, because like I've been trying to work more with my Lancer crew, like outside of it, because they're all Wonderful, wonderful people. I need to
He
get.
Yeah.
actually has been geeking out about this show for at least the past 2 weeks to me privately off stream.
Who has?
Just let this guy. Yeah. No.
Me?
Yes. In
Oh.
the good way.
Oh. So you got to remind me of things that I said because I don't remember anything I say.
Yes, and it's a good thing. Yes, he's been excited about it. He's excited about most shows, but he was very excited to have you two on.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Oh,
Aw, thank you.
stop calling me out. I'm supposed to be the mean, angry streamer man.
You can have the
Who
heart
you think
back
you're
now.
fooling, man. Yeah,
thank you.
exactly.
Here, clip the when I said unlike these two. Anyway, but yeah, we have guests on every single week. I'm definitely planning on doing more content with Amber and more content with Kev in the near future. Hell, I'd like to do MTG streams and Armchair Quarterback with Kev and Amber. We just need to play more
We'll make that
TTRPGs
happen.
together. Like, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
Amber, you and I are playing a TTRPG tomorrow, right?
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, we're
I almost
playing
forgot
that
about
tomorrow.
You have to put up with me for a third day this week. Oh,
Terrible.
how
I'm
horrible.
truly cursed. God.
But
No. Oh, I'm so excited for Fey Earth, actually. I'm really thrilled. Ah, fuck.
that's not a stream though. That's like
I think it's being recorded so that it can be streamed.
I need to write down all the words I can't say. Yeah. But yeah, you can censor me. Gonna have to pay somebody a lot of money to censor me. But I appreciate you folks each and every week. I appreciate all the subs that I've gotten. We are 34 out of 50 for my sub goal. That is insane.
That's nuts.
Just this month alone, it's been pretty damn good. Like, I started the month with like 27 subs, and I'm back up to 30. I'm up to 34. That's insane. Thank you. Thank all of you.
Amazing.
Oh,
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome.
Congrats.
Way to go, buddy.
oh, my livelihood. But hopefully I can get some money to put back into the streams in the near future. I'm going to be getting a Twitch payout at the end, in the middle of March. So hopefully I can invest that back into streaming. Hopefully I got to get a new motherboard. So that's a lot of money. But
Ooh.
regardless, that's not me saying give me money. I'm just saying that's something I'm working on. But I keep doing the Midwestern goodbye. Thank each and every one of you. I am looking for somebody to raid into, actually.
Let me see who's on. -2 Christmas on.
Oh,
Yeah.
This fricko named Redemption VA.
Redemption. What a
Uh,
dick.
Sounds like a church.
I bet it. You son of a bitch.
Oh, he just
You just
snatched your wig live on camera, man.
you just
That's
nut
pretty
tapped
rough.
me. Like, that's the worst. Yeah, you're not coming
I'm
back.
sorry.
What are you sorry for? That was good.
I'm
Oh.
Canadian. I apologize for things. That's what I do. Like
That's
it's like my
fair.
it's my like national passive.
Oh, yeah, Soul's on that stream. That's right. Okay, yeah, we're gonna raid into. Yeah, absolutely, we're right into
Yeah,
Neg 2
don't
group.
they? Yeah, isn't it like plastic?
yeah.
The one that.
Oh, it's Plastic
Soul was showing
Cougar.
us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Raiders, stand by. We got. Oh, how many do we got? 17. All of you. Thank you very much. I'm sure they'll appreciate this little boost in viewership. And folks, have a good night. And Omni.
Don't forget to keep writing.
Yeah.
See you.